1819 News.
U.S. Senator Katie Britt is pushing for a minimum age requirement for social media in order to slow down and prevent the increasing mental health crisis among youth here in the U.S. Britt was on Fox News blasting tech companies for being so indifferent, as well as profiting off of the harm that is being done online to children and teens.
And I think when you look at what's happening right now with our kids, ages 13 to 17, they have said they actually feel more negative, feel more depressed. Almost 50% of them admit to that after being on social media. Look, the Surgeon General has said, the previous Surgeon General said, kids shouldn't be on social media until they're 16. Now is the time to act. But the truth is big tech has a grip on Congress, and Congress's inaction is feckless. I do not have to ask people what it is like to raise kids right now. I am living it. And we know the harms, and it is our job to put up the proper guardrails so that these kids can flourish. So I think the time for action is now.
I'll be back with more Alabama stories after this.
Did you know that 70% of people experience a potentially traumatic event in their lifetime, and that 6 out of every 100 adults face PTSD every day? Help us bring hope to these survivors by signing up for your Alabama Distinctive PTSD Awareness license plate today. The great thing is you can sign up no matter when your current plate renews, and the first year is complimentary. All you need is your VIN number on hand. Drive awareness, drive hope, and customize your plate today at atease.org.
The U.S. Secretary of War Pete Hegseth is going to be in Alabama today. Hegseth will be at Redstone Arsenal in North Alabama in order to be part of the unveiling of a new sign for the upcoming U.S. Space Command. The Space Command is going to be transferred from Colorado to Alabama in the near future. I'm Andrea Tice.
For more news affecting Alabamians, go to 1819news.com. And while you're there, subscribe to the daily newsletter.
Put the power of Action 8 News in the palm of your hand. Download the free Action 8 News app to stay on top of breaking news wherever you are. Search for WAKA News in your app store to download the Action 8 News app today. Keep your family safe by watching Action 8 News. Look for 8 on Your Side consumer alerts with product recalls involving cars, food, children's toys, and other items in your home. 8 on Your Side, keeping you safe only on Action 8 News.
Hi, it's me, Flo, here to tell you that with the Progressive Home and Auto Bundle, you get 24/7 protection, so you're covered no matter where the day takes you.
Even I added too much water to the pump for my daughter to pick her up at the airport because her boyfriend is unreliable day.
Especially that day.
What about finding out that one of my pipes suddenly burst in my basement day?
Progressive has every day covered 24/7 with the Home and Auto Bundle. Also, you have a lot of bad days.
Oh no, that was all the same day.
At least you're covered with Progressive.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Do you hear that? Asthma triggers are everywhere, from dust mites, pet dander, and pollen, to smog and smoke. An asthma attack can strike anywhere, anytime. Be prepared with quick-acting Primatene Mist. Clinically proven to open airways quickly. It's the #1 FDA-approved asthma inhaler available over the counter. Primatene Mist. Breathe easy again. Use as directed.
Sponsored by Armstrong Pharmaceuticals.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. It's time for Montgomery's Conversational Radio Show. It's news and views on News Talk 93.1. A conversation. Call 272-9228.
Merry Christmas, you filthy animal, and a Happy New Year.
You are a rude, terrible person.
Joey Clark.
Merry Christmas, everybody. Welcome into the program. Are we already saying that?
Yes.
I think we are. I'm your host, Joey Clark. Eddie Bader in the studio, as is Byron Sheehy. Gentlemen, how are we doing today?
We are doing good. I'm not doing as good as that get up over there, but
yeah, Eddie's right. Very festive.
I'll stand up. This is the best $12 I've ever spent.
This whole suit, baby.
Here, let me full screen you.
Look at this. Whole suit, baby.
Yeah, that's a great angle, not seeing your head. Like just ho, ho, ho.
Yeah, well, problem is I ordered it from China, so I had
Yeah.
to bend over today to get something, and the moon came out surprisingly early. But, you know.
Well, and Byron, you got a touch of red going on there. So, I mean, there's a
Yeah,
little
Byron
Christmas.
brought the tree.
Oh, yeah, a little Christmas
Yeah.
tree.
I'm getting festive.
And then, of course, I'm rocking the crimson. I'm getting close to it. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. And because I think you're jumping the gun way too early.
I will say this. A little bit, the kids got me a little bit into spirit more. And plus, I don't want to be a Grinch. I want to be.
That's cool.
And if I got to kind of fake it till I make it, so be it.
I'd rather be early than late on Christmas.
That's fair enough. Fair enough. Now, stuff we definitely have to get to is Erika Kirk finally just ripped off the Band-Aid and called out the conspiracies, but in particular, it was calling out Candace Owens.
Yes.
Then, of course, the United States of America seizes an oil tanker off the coast of Venezuela.
How you feel about that, Joey?
We'll get into it. We'll get into it.
I'm so torn over that.
I mean, part of me is like, well, wait, you mean they're enforcing the sanctions we've had forever? And I think this is much more than drugs or some invasion of Venezuela. This is clearly actually a massive geopolitical move for all sorts of reasons we can get into. Of course, Charlie Kirk's alleged assassin, Tyler Robinson, is to make first in-court appearance, in-person court appearance. And, yeah, a lot of other things going on locally. Did you see the little thing from Will Ainsworth saying, he put it out on the Book of Faces saying, race seems wide open right now for the Senate.
I didn't see that, but I love it.
So is Ainsworth thinking 2026? I thought he said he only ever wanted to be governor.
He's still praying about it.
And I suspect somebody's behind the scenes like, come on,
Giving
jump
the old
in. We couldn't get Feinbaum. We couldn't get Bruce Pearl. Come on, Will.
I don't think he needs that much encouragement. I mean, it is wide open, and these things don't come open very often.
Right.
You also have Shamari Figures making a rare appearance. Like, he doesn't do often, like any media. And he did a press conference with the Democrats, and he's blaming Republicans, saying they need to fix the healthcare crisis.
Was it in D.C.?
Yeah, of course it was in D.C. I'm looking at a photo of it now. That's a nice suit. Dude, man knows how to dress. But, like,
I know what you're saying.
And actually, the less he says, I'm like, he's probably the smartest guy in the delegation. Regardless of his politics and what he believes, like, the fact that he doesn't immediately run out and just say the latest thing you need to say, probably the wisest guy up there in the delegation. Or the cleverest, whatever word you want to use. But the person who wrote that up for 1819 News is Erika Thomas. She joins us now. Merry Christmas, Erika. How you doing?
Howdy, y'all. Y'all look amazing and so festive. And Eddie, I have a dress that would match that top so well. It is a black dress with the same type of little candy canes all over it. So
Well, at the risk of sounding inappropriate, what are you doing this weekend?
I
Just
know,
kidding.
we need to get together and just
Yes.
take a picture.
Well, there is a guest that you and I have been talking about having on the show. So I'm hoping you and me and Joey can line that up soon, and you come do that in the studio with us. A certain
That would be
pastor.
so fun.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, my.
Yes, this will be fun.
Oh, my.
Yes. Yes.
But, you know, you heard the rundown there, Erika. What do you make first of just the Erika Kirk? I know you've been more of a fan of Candace over the months and years. But what do you make of this latest, like, her addressing this outright?
So I need to set that record straight. I think Candace Owens has definitely said some things that, well, at the very beginning of this, first of all, she said, the only person that can stop me from doing this is Erika Kirk. Well, Erika Kirk just said stop, and I have a feeling that's not going to happen now.
Ooh.
But some of the things that Candace Owens has revealed have been true. They've been factual. They've been interesting. And I think anybody should look into some of those things. So that's my stance on the whole Candace Owens investigation. I think her viewers have really helped her get some solid information and solid leads. And it would be terrible for anyone not to look into things. Some of the things are out there. I can't really find the connection. But the latest with Erika Kirk, you know, I hate that people are attacking her. I think it's disgusting. It's despicable. Some of these people, they're just pure evil. I mean, even the way she looks up, you know, she's looking to God. She's looking to God for strength to get through this. This is a widow. She has gone through something horrific.
Yeah, well, if she smiles, they criticize her. If she cries, they criticize her. If she's dressed down, they criticize her. If she's dressed up for a formal event, they criticize her. I mean, nothing can be right.
It's horrible. And what she said yesterday about where Charlie is buried, I think that was very powerful to me, because everybody was wondering, where is he? Why aren't they, coming out with this? And the reason is because she just wants one thing. She said it multiple times. Just let us have one thing that's sacred and private. And it makes a good point, because with all of the people that have, come out and attacked her and Charlie Kirk after he was assassinated, what would they do if they knew where he was buried? There's no doubt they would, try to vandalize that area, vandalize the grave. So I just think I always said, I'm on the side of Erika Kirk. Whatever she says, that's what I'm going to go with.
You're here.
Because she's the one that really suffered the most. I mean, Charlie Kirk was ours, but he was really hers too, and so you have to just respect what she says. I think at the same time, the FBI should look into things that are called into question, and I'm just not so sure they're taking Candace Owens seriously, and I think some of these things we should truly look into. So that's my hot take.
I certainly understand people not trusting the FBI or any of the federal government, especially after the last few years. And I think that's fair. Without even being sensational, I would say just asking questions is completely fair. But there is a game when you are asking questions and it doesn't seem to be in good faith, and it seems to be more to string people along and also suggest things about people while framing it in just a question. And I have a smell of bad faith going on, especially after I watch Miss Owens' response. It'll be interesting to see it play out, because you're getting a lot more folks kind of drawing a line in the sand. Even like Tucker Carlson, he's like, all I'm just saying is like I don't trust the FBI, and that's fine. That's perfectly fine. And so, but you can see, why would you have to come out and say that, Tucker? Like, I think there's even Megyn Kelly might have to address this at this point, but it's been a weird thing, and I would call it's kind of our new independent media that I think helps Trump in 2024 has become a bit of a Frankenstein monster. But I want to shift gears to the story I was talking about. It really has, you don't often see Shamari Figures out there. Maybe that's to the man's credit, but what do you make of the case he's making in this particular press conference?
Well, it's interesting because the comment or the sentence that I have in the story about the rare appearance, it really is rare to see him standing out in front of cameras and addressing the media. Some people said it's not rare for him to make an appearance. He's been all around our district. Well, okay, maybe. I haven't seen it, but the rare part is that he's in Washington standing with these other two lawmakers, and that was the well-known transgender representative Sarah McBride, and then the also well-known, because he is constantly in front of the camera complaining about Republicans, Ted Lieu from California. So this was rare for him to come out and do this. And some of the things he said, I didn't even realize, first of all, that his district, which covers Mobile, parts of Mobile and Montgomery, he said that when it comes to the health care access, his district is in desperate need of some kind of fix, because apparently they have the third lowest life expectancy in the nation. I had no idea. I've never heard that before, and I'm sure other people have. I know it's a more low income district.
Well,
but I had no idea.
Yeah, no, and
of that fact.
And also, like, the amount of hospitals that are going under in the 13 counties. You got hospitals, of course, in Montgomery, Mobile, but not a lot in a lot of these rural areas. And this is a problem across the nation, but in particular in the Black Belt here in Alabama. And but the whole discharge petition they're trying to file is to extend these tax credits, the subsidies, the Obamacare subsidies. And I don't know how much that actually fixes the life expectancy. Like, I don't know. To me, it's paper over an issue to say, oh, they got coverage now. It's like, well,
definitely. Yeah. Well, and the interesting thing about this is the Democrats keep calling this a Republican healthcare crisis, and that is just misleading in all the ways. We have to think of how this actually started in 2010. This started with Obamacare. This is a Democrat-created issue, and they had to have, these tax credits to be able to afford the affordable health care. And that happened during COVID, and now that's what they're wanting to extend, like continue to give these tax credits. But Republicans are looking for a different way around the issue. We're sitting on the edge of our seats here, hoping that we're not paying. I think my parents got an estimate, and their premiums will be like $8,000 a month. That's insane.
It is. Yeah, and I think it requires a much bigger conversation. I always thought Obamacare was designed to fail, to move towards single payer, but it really did become a huge, let's say, payday for a lot of the powerful incumbents in health insurance, as well as all the other aspects of healthcare like big pharma and whatnot. So I don't know. I hear Trump saying what he wants to just give people money directly instead of it being like directly to the insurance companies. So we'll see what possibly is going to happen there. I don't know, but trying to pin the tail on Republicans for this, I don't know if it's actually going to work. But I want to shift gears before I forget, because this is the top trending story that you wrote up at 1819news.com. And I have to ask you, just as a writer, like sometimes some of the more simple, just a quick write-up of the basic facts, that's what trends the most, right? And in this case, I need the visual aid. Y'all check out the stream, Joey Clark Live on YouTube. It says here, Dothan PD identifies homicide suspect as male during jail booking process. And Eddie, can you see the photo?
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
What in the world?
That's an Adam's apple,
Yeah.
Joey.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
You're right about the whole, like, just simple facts. That's what I like to write. I like to write the facts. I like the simple stories. Let people, see what they see. I would definitely not want to exploit someone with mental illness, which I feel this suspect definitely suffers from. I'm not a mental health expert, but if you see the photo, it looks like a woman, unless you look really close, and then you realize, oh no, that's not that. And I can't take credit for this story. WDHN in Dothan, they first reported this, and I saw it, and so it was a pretty big talker, because the issue is this crash happened in September, on September 24th, and the suspect was not arrested until just last week. And so Jaquan Smith, 22 years old, charged with criminally negligent homicide. And I looked into the court documents on this case and found the reason why is because his blood alcohol level was over the legal limit at the time of the crash.
Oh my God.
But the real talker here is that police, arrested the suspect and said that they identified the suspect as a male as he was being booked into jail. So, I mean, this is an issue. This person could have gone into, the female part of the jail, unless, I mean, you just can imagine maybe a pat down, they figured it out, or maybe, I don't know.
Make you change out of your street clothes into the little onesie they got for you. So.
Yeah. So then, that had to have been.
It becomes obvious pretty quick.
Yeah, apparently. So it's out there. You can look at 1819news.com, see the photo. It's just another example of mental health decline, and in this situation, an alleged criminal act.
Now, another story you wrote up, and it's a few days old now, but I think ranted for about 25 minutes straight, that somehow Gulf Shores, they're just not going to have the Hangout Music Fest or the Morgan Wallen Sand in My Boots thing. It's been a decade-long thing, and for a summer that should be the summer of the Gulf of America, like bring people down. It's 250th anniversary of the nation. They just, like, either us or they didn't. We waited too long, so we're not going to do it this year. I think it's just a crying shame.
This is actually very sad for everyone that loves to come to this festival, but also for the people that live and work here. I mean, this festival each year brings in, I believe it's around $70 million into southern Baldwin County. The restaurants, the hotels, rentals, all the little shops and things, Tanger Outlet, all of these companies, the hospitality workers, the Uber drivers, they all make so much money during Hangout Festival. And this year it's not going to be coming in, and it's probably been budgeted in a lot of not only Gulf Shores, Orange Beach, So, I mean, they're really going to miss out on a lot of money this year. And the reason I always think about things like, your Facebook relationship status, like you're in a relationship, you're married, you're divorced, you're separated, or it's complicated. So if Hangout Music Fest and Gulf Shores had a Facebook page, theirs would be it's complicated. And it's been like that for a few months. This all started back before the Sand in My Boots Festival this spring. They came out, the city said, our contract is about to expire. We're going to look into it because we've had a lot of complaints about noise and kind of the acts that they were showing. They were showing different genres of music that apparently didn't align as much with the city of Gulf Shores and their leaders. And so they said, we're going to reconsider the contract for the next 2 years. Long story short, they ended up doing an extension, but said as part of this extension, you have to allow the Gulf Shores City Council to approve the act, who's going to come, what kind of music we're going to have. And apparently they just didn't have time to do all that. So they've canceled the 2026 event. And they're looking 2027. So hopefully it'll be bigger and better than ever in 2027.
Yeah, it's a shame.
I hope people don't just give up on it now.
It's a shame because I think you hit the nail on the head with the it's complicated thing. We started as friends with benefits, and at one point, one of the friends is like, I don't know about this whole relationship, but the benefits are so good. Let's keep it. And then the other friend acted so crazy. It's like, well, maybe, but it's still complicated. And it's what a shame. And really, what a shame, because I know a lot of folks down there, and this is not only a big thing for that area in the state, it's kind of a national draw, right?
Oh, yeah. And this year when they changed it to the Morgan Wallen Sand in My Boots Festival, more of a country feel. Yeah. We had cowboy boots, cowboy hats. Everybody was having a good time. I mean, it was a huge success this year, and people were just really happy. Before the event and after, they sent out little surveys for people to fill out. Do you want to keep it? Do you want it to go? Do you want any changes? I mean, the response was overwhelmingly, yes, let's keep it. Let's just make sure we stick to the rules. There's like noise ordinances. Let's make sure it stays safe. And I mean, it was just, there was a really great response. Everybody wanted to keep it. And so it's so sad.
Well,
what is Eddie laughing at?
Because the people said yes, but the leadership that was elected by the people, we know best for you.
Right.
Come on.
Yeah.
Like reminds me of an R. Kelly song.
It reminds me of daylight savings time.
This is also the same city council. If I'm not mistaken, the people voted that they didn't want to have a 25 mile per hour speed limit. So now they have a bunch of 26 mile per hour speed limit signs.
Oh, goodness.
Your local government is best.
That's through the state park. So,
But did they
The
not
reason
vote
they
on
do
it?
that
Did
has
the
to
people
do
not
with
vote on it?
golf
Whose
carts.
brother-in-law is in the sign department?
I'm telling you.
Yeah. Come on.
Goodness gracious. Gotta love government, representative government at work, folks. Well, Erika, I always appreciate your time. If folks want to check out what you're up to, maybe want to get in touch with you, how can they do so?
Okay, head over to 1819news.com. You can sign up for exclusive content. You can subscribe to our newsletter. On all of our stories, my email address is at the bottom. It's erica.thomas@1819news.com, or you can just comment, give feedback to all of us at news@1819news.com. We would love to have you.
Well, appreciate you, and we'll talk again next week.
Thanks, Erika.
Thank you. God bless.
God bless. Yeah, and Erika Thomas there at 1819 News. And what?
It just kills me. You put the vote to the people.
I know.
When you had a plan the whole time.
I know.
And we as people fall for this on the regular.
Yeah. Well, if you want to run things, run for office. No, actually, if you want to run things, fund somebody running for office.
Yeah, that'd be my best bet. And I'm too cheap, so.
Yeah, you need to have a lot of money and actually fund everybody.
I could be somebody's hype man, but that's it. I could be a hype man, but that's it.
Nah.
Too many things in my closet.
You'd be a unicorn of a candidate. Jim,
Don't tell him he's a unicorn.
Are you going to tell me I get to wear a unicorn hat?
Don't tell him he's a unicorn.
Yeah, you can wear whatever you want
Oh,
to.
no.
Just
Right.
his own, man.
You see what I wear on air. Imagine what I wear behind closed doors. So just be careful what you
he's
say.
going to like do the "Oh Brother, Where Art Thou" campaign. He's going to have a midget or a little person.
You got to have
extended
one.
Yeah.
I'm a man of the people.
He's bona fide, man.
He is. We got to hit a break here in a second. First, this part of the program brought to you by Pest Pro Services, and they're at Pest Pro Ashley and that great team over there. Before we get into what they can offer, especially for these winter months, that wildlife control, they're still doing Operation Blue Santa.
They sure
right?
are, Joey.
And that means stop by their headquarters on Main Street in Millbrook and bring by an unwrapped new toy.
Yep.
And you might even catch Ashley over there, and you can take a photo with her, get to know her a little bit. But this is a great way to make sure everybody's having a Merry Christmas.
It's a great way to do a random act of kindness. And you know it's going to a great spot. So I just think it's good to do.
If you want to learn more, you can always look at Pest Pro Services on the Book of Faces. Very active Facebook page, as I always say. And for this season, they're doing Operation Blue Santa. Really cool if you want to get more of the details there. And of course, Pest Pro Services has second to none pest control services. Right now, they're focused because of these winter months upon us with wildlife control. Those little critters are looking for a warm place. Don't let them make a new home of your home.
Don't.
It's costly. It's annoying, even possibly dangerous in some instances.
Yeah, keep breeding as long as they got a good warm place like that.
Exactly. Or diseases and all sorts of stuff that could happen. But what you need to do is just get in touch with Pest Pro Services and then ask them about just being a regular part of the, what they do. Like, say, hey, I kind of want the basic pest control package.
Great idea.
It's a monthly subscription. It helps you control costs over the entire year. So call them up direct today at 265-9990. That's 265-9990. When you want to know, call a pro. Pest Pro Services. And be sure to tell Ashley and that great team that Joey, Eddie, and Byron, those fellas on the radio, sent you. We'll have to get to the Erika Kirk response on Fox News. And apparently Erika Kirk also sat down with Barry Weiss at a town hall. And Barry Weiss is the one, she was running the Free Press. I still think she runs the Free Press, but that was bought out. She's now been tapped to head up CBS News and try to put a new face on CBS News. And I'm already seeing what they're trying to do. There's a lot more of following one of the promo videos they put out for the Erika Kirk thing was Barry Weiss, like somebody doing a walk and talk with her through the newsroom as she's describing like what's coming up. So more casual presentation, especially for social media, and trying to bring you into the bells and whistles of how an operation like that works. I don't know if it's going to work, especially folks like us. Probably not. But they're trying and they're leaning into that. And of course, another story that I saw this morning, it's a short one. Just throw it out there real quick. From Caleb Taylor at 1819 News, the Montgomery Police Department hasn't signed a memorandum of understanding to join the Metro Area Crime Suppression Unit.
Interesting.
MAX was established by Aaliyah in 2024 to fight crime here in the capital city.
Even the mayor was complimentary about the whole thing.
Oh, yeah. It's in collaboration with the Attorney General's Office, Montgomery County Sheriff's Office, and the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives. Oh, they added an E. A spokesperson for Aaliyah recently told 1819 News that the Montgomery Police Department has not yet signed the unit's MOU. At this time, MPD has not signed the MOU agreement regarding MAX, said Amanda Wasden. Wasden? Sorry, Amanda. But that's bizarre. Why?
Why not? It's formality. Why not just go ahead and knock that out?
And I think I've heard that Aaliyah's just started doing things unilaterally without, especially downtown. They've just started putting out more patrol.
I've seen a lot more of their presence.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll be right back after this.
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
Hi there, I'm Kim Williams with Alabama Home Mortgage.
And I'm Madeline Cannon. It's true, rates aren't as low as they have been for the past couple of years, but there are still many homeowners that could benefit from refinancing their current mortgage. There are a lot of things in life that are out of our control, but your mortgage rate is not one of them. If you currently have an adjustable rate mortgage, then you owe it to yourself to give us a call.
Adjustable rate mortgages make sense for some people in stable markets, but in this wild, ever-changing rate environment, it only makes sense to secure a fixed interest rate. A fixed interest rate will give you the peace of mind that your rate is locked. Your rate will not be subject to change with the political and economic tides.
At Alabama Home Mortgage, you can personalize your term. We offer 8-year to 30-year mortgages and everything in between. Grab your mortgage statement and give us a call.
Call Alabama Home Mortgage, the #1 mortgage lender in Alabama, today at 567-4223, or visit us online at myalabamahomemortgage.com. That's Alabama Home Mortgage, because, folks, there is a difference in mortgage companies. NMLS 1586-36-8, Equal Housing Lender.
This is your roving reporter, and today I'm talking with a street corner Santa.
Ho, 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 man.
I see you're raising money for charity.
Yeah, and when I get done, I'm going to go over and talk to David Ernest about my portfolio.
Well, of course you can go see him, but you can also call him.
I know, man. Toll free. 833-596-7233. And remember, those last 4 digits spell out the word safe.
Indeed they do. And I understand there was some trouble over here last night.
Yeah, I kind of got thrown out of the cocktail lounge down on the corner.
What happened?
Well, I'd been out working. I was kind of tired. I wanted a little something to drink, and I asked the bartender for a Santa's sleigh.
A Santa's sleigh? What exactly is a Santa's sleigh?
It doesn't matter what it is, man. It's just on the house.
You know you're getting cold, don't you?
Ring-a-ding-ding, man, and Merry Christmas.
This is Lyle from Marguerite's here to let you know about our $99 Christmas special. Yes, it's 14-karat white or yellow gold. Yes, it's high-quality diamonds. This year, it's a half-carat diamond, total weight, stud earrings, lab-grown diamonds, absolutely gorgeous, for $99. They cost me more, but who cares? I want the business. I want you to be a customer, Marguerite's. Half carat, lab grown, diamond stud earrings, $99. You take that, Mr. Walmart, and whoever else is out there.
What's your biggest investment? More than likely, it's your home. So treat it that way when you hire a painting contractor. At PBS Painting, there are no gimmicks, no $99 specials. Just quality painting and someone who treats your home with the same respect that you do. At PBS Painting, we have been painting for years and look forward to many more years to come. With PBS Painting, the job gets prepped properly, whether it's cleaning, scraping, or priming. We always use quality products, which is a must for a quality paint job. So if you're looking for a painter that doesn't need upfront money and is on the job at all times, then please give me a call. Scott Bowers and PBS Painting, 294-5122. That's PBS Painting, 294-5122. Look at some of our work on Facebook at PBS Painting Montgomery.
I'm Jim Smith with Adams Drugs. At Adams Drugs, we offer a wide variety of services, including delivery, compounding, wellness clinics, and immunizations. Now is the time to visit any Adams Drugs location and get your flu shot. Getting an annual flu shot can help prevent you from getting the flu, reduce the severity of symptoms if you get the flu, and prevent serious complications such as hospitalization and death. Getting your flu shot at Adams Drugs protects you from getting sick, but it also makes sure that those around you, especially those at high risk, remain safe. Each year, up to 49 million people in the U.S. contract the flu. Depending on the flu virus's severity, deaths as a result of flu complications could skyrocket to 79,000 people nationwide. Visit us at adamsdrugs.net for a location nearest you. Adams Drugs is your local, independently owned Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
Rich Thomas Weather is brought to you by Clark Heating, Air, and Plumbing. At Clark, they always offer 60 months free financing on Bryant. Their highest, offering 0% for 60 months on all brands. For all of your heating, air, and plumbing needs, better call Clark. Alabama certification number 09098.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. This is Rich Thomas. Lots of ups and downs on our temperatures over the next few days. Today will be several degrees cooler than yesterday, with a high temperature only in the lower 50s. Mostly clear, mid-30s tonight. Then a temperature rebound. We'll be in the mid-60s on Friday and Saturday, the two nicest mild days of the next several. Could be some showers in the pre-dawn hours of Sunday morning as a cold front approaches, and then falling temperatures during the day on Sunday, leading to an Arctic shocker Sunday night into Monday morning with lows in the low 20s and wind chill factors in the low teens. The daytime Monday will be a frigid day. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
If it concerns your community, you'll hear about it on News Talk 93.1. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back.
Are y'all eggnog people?
Eggnog people.
I've had it a couple times. It was good, but
straight up nog, nah.
No, I gotta have a little rum.
I was talking about it the other day, a couple days ago with Eddie. My grandfather used to make it's black cherry ice cream, 7-Up, and then you can throw liquor in there if you like it. You can.
Mm-hmm.
And but also like a lot of those great Christmas spices, like a nutmeg and a cinnamon, and like you fresh grate that stuff on it, and man, that is awesome. I'll do something like a good Christmas punch, but yeah, straight nog from like the carton.
I just
no, never been my thing.
It used to. I used to really like it, but maybe
well,
I
the
got
taste.
sick
I mean,
of
it still
or something.
tastes good. It's just like I don't know.
Yeah.
Makes me feel like I'm 5 years old.
It's very thick.
What's wrong with
rich
being
feeling.
5 years old?
I'm 37.
I do love it. I can only drink a little bit
And
at
that
a time.
brings up something here that literally almost made me cry reading it yesterday. And it's something I should have known. It also had an impact because my niece's name is Lucy.
Yeah.
But do you know, or do you recall at all, the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe? C.S. Lewis. And like the Chronicles of Narnia. But do you know what the dedication is to the very first, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe?
I do not.
I want to read it.
Okay.
To Lucy Barfield. My dear Lucy, I wrote this story for you, but when I began it, I had not realized that girls grow quicker than books. As a result, you are already too old for fairy tales, and by the time it is printed and bound, you will be older still. But someday you will be old enough to start reading fairy tales again. You can then take it down from some upper shelf, dust it, and tell me what you think of it. I shall probably be too deaf to hear and too old to understand a word you say, but I shall still be your affectionate godfather, C.S. Lewis.
That's pretty good.
And, you know, I think it struck me too because I see this on X in the middle of all the nonsense that's out there and stuff, and it's like that's the stuff that matters, folks. And thank God to the people that are putting it out there into the world that is normally a bunch of accusations and just ooh. So on that note, I want to turn to this was Erika Kirk yesterday on Fox News with Harris Faulkner, and let's just listen to this entire like 5 minutes. It's because it's well, it speaks for itself.
This part of the conspiracies that are out there, this disturbing part that people are trying to guess where Charlie is.
Can I have one thing? Can I have one thing? Can my children have one thing? Everything was public. We will be building the most beautiful memorial for my husband at Turning Point USA, and it will be for the world to see, and it will be spectacular, and it will have basically museum style for our Charlie, for my Charlie. But can I have one thing? Can my baby, we hold it sacred where my husband is laid to rest, where I don't have to be worried about some secular revolutionary coming and destroying my husband's grave while my daughter is sitting there praying. One thing. This is my husband. Yes, he was Charlie Kirk to the world, and I know so many people love my husband, and I am grateful for that. But this is my husband, and I want to be able to have one thing left that is sacred to our family, to my in-laws, to my babies, and to my parents. One thing.
What are they taking from you right now?
Nothing. But I will tell you what they are doing. It reminds me so much of chapter 6 in the book of Nehemiah. He is building a wall And the townspeople are at the base of that hill saying, Nehemiah, calling him all these names, saying all these things, come on down. Every single time he had the same message 4 times in a row. I cannot come down. I am busy building. That is how I feel. I do not have time to address the noise. My silence does not mean that I am complacent. My silence does not mean that somehow Turning Point USA and all of the handpicked staff that loved my husband and my husband loved them is somehow in on it. We are busy building. And you know what I thought? I thought these people are human. We are all grieving in our own way. And they are trying to find the answer to something that happened that was so evil. They are trying so hard. And I get that. We're doing the same. Anytime we hear a lead or anytime we hear anything, we send it to the authorities. Please dig into this. No rock will be unturned. I want justice for my husband, for myself, for my family, more than anyone else out there. So for me, you want to keep telling me to come down while we're building? I don't have time for that. But here's my breaking point on that. Come after me, call me names, I don't care. Call me what you want, go down that rabbit hole. Whatever. But when you go after my family, my Turning Point USA family, my Charlie Kirk Show family, when you go after the people that I love, and you're making hundreds and thousands of dollars every single episode going after the people that I love because somehow they're in on this, no.
You know, I have to say it. I've never seen you like this.
No, this is righteous anger because this is not okay. It's not healthy. This is a mind virus. Yes, I believe in our judicial system. I do. We have a hell of a team working on this. Excuse my French. But this is not okay.
So you want to put these people back in the box where they've been creeping from?
I don't care what box you're in. But just know that your words are very powerful and we are human. My team are not machines and they're not robots. They are human. We have more death threats on our team and our side than I have ever seen. I have kidnapping threats. I have, you name it, we have it. And my poor team is exhausted. And every time they bring this back up, what are we supposed to do? Relive that trauma all over again? They watched my husband get murdered. I have no idea how I would have reacted if I was there that day. And thank the good Lord that I did not have to see that happen. But my team, they are rocked to the core. So why every single day do they have to be dragged through the mud, analyzed, hyper-analyzed?
You know, the conspiracies that are out there, all of the like. Do you think that there is more of it now because you do shine your light? I mean, did people just expect you would just go away?
I don't know what they expected.
They pick on you because of your accessories. I mean, I've seen some of it.
Oh, yeah. No, at this point, it's what the conspiracy collection. Get it before Christmas. Like, seriously, wow. You will, if you want to find and pick me apart, go right ahead. I do not care. I don't. This was happening before Charlie was murdered. Both of us have been through the ringer of people will call you whatever they want to call you. They will. But I have seen it firsthand impact the people
that she loves.
Yep.
Of course, I've seen clips of some of Candace Owens' response. She's saying that, well, we had our little sleuths, our little spies at the town hall she did with Barry Weiss. And what she said about the Egyptian planes was just weird. Weird. So you have to tune in because it's just weird the way she would respond like that. And at one point goes on to say, like, well, I agree with Erika that they should have that one thing that's sacred. But you expanded your fam to the whole organization. And this is why, folks, people start questioning women as CEOs. In fact, they should have brought me in. If you're trying to make a psychological operation seem organic, they should have brought me in to teach you about it. Then to quote, I was just paraphrasing there, to quote Candace Owens directly from 17 hours ago on X, quote, it is a positively absurd, all caps, absurd notion that you cannot critique a $150 million organization because the CEO says they are like a family and are grieving. It is the exact same emotional strategy deployed by BLM in the wake of the George Floyd's death. When I called out their shady financial dealings, I rejected it then, and I wholly reject it now. Sorry. And then goes on to say, Candace 19 is spreading. To stay safe, please believe the billion-dollar campaign of social media influencers reminding you to do your part and trust the feds. Don't go Max. Get the vax. It was a lone shooter on a roof with a magic bullet. We're all in this together.
Candace got too big, man. She's now become the distraction instead of keeping the focus on what actually happened that day.
Yep. And people are free to say what they want. People are free to watch what they want and make their own conclusions. I certainly understand if you don't trust the federal government. But there's also this game of, I mentioned it the other day, I guess the guy's named John Hughes, who was on a podcast. He said if the best defense against a psychological operation, whether it's from official centers of power, maybe. Yeah, it's not tinfoil hats. It's not reading the alternative sources. It's not going to the person the person that was right during COVID.
Yeah.
That means they'll be right about everything, right?
Nope.
No, the best defense against any psyop is maybe. Could be.
I do have a question about something she said in that. And just for clarity, did the FBI reopen the investigation?
I
thought Patel said that it was shut down at one point. And she said in there that, whenever they get a lead, they send it.
Yeah, I don't know if it's been reopened or not. I know you're at the point of where it's like that early trial discovery. There was a gag order because they don't want this early process to be out there in the public eye. And of course, that makes people even more suspicious.
And the term secular revolutionary, that's okay.
Yeah, but there are many instances of, I think people are, again, free to ask questions, but at a certain point you have to wonder, are you asking questions in good faith or are you doing it to sensationalize? And you asked me the other day, what about people like Alex Jones? Alex seemed to be right about a lot of stuff. I agree. But Alex was wrong about Sandy Hook. And he was wrong big. Should he have the settlement against him, the amount of money? I don't know about that. I thought that was a new way of trying to censor people that do things you don't like. But he was deeply wrong about that. And I think Candace is going down a road where she'll have plenty of support. But like I've said, I haven't really liked her. Not that I know her. It's not a personal thing. I haven't liked her for a decade. It's interesting. And some things she's brought up, I thought the Macron thing was freaking hilarious. But that's how I kind of watch it is, oh, this is funny. I put it in the same boat as like Tim Dillon. But like this, there's a certain, the response in particular to Erika Kirk, if you watch the full show, just made me go, okay, this is just silly season. Silly season. And it's making me start to think about it in the letters of St. Paul when he talks about no silly talk and other letters saying stop accusing each other and suing each other and all this other stuff. I'm starting to get it.
You say stop accusing each other. I mean, they're kind of the same or the opposite side of the same coin.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and it's one thing to say so-and-so clearly did something wrong. We have the proof and we're going to go out and yes, you have to remove that person from the community, from the church, from society. Like if you actually are shown to be proven to be wrong. But if all you're living off of are questions and accusations and there is no resolution and it's a never ending wait till tomorrow. Yeah, man.
She's a tool. I mean, like when you said she's got support, my immediate question was like, you mean financial support on the back end for doing all this? No, you mean the support out on the public, the front side. But she will have support on the back end. There's always someone with an agenda who sees these people that have an audience and they approach them. That's why I tip my hat to you so much. Like, I know it's a smaller market, but you're still approached by people who want you to play the game and you don't do it.
Yeah.
All these people that you see on national platforms, they're proven to play the game.
Well, in particular, I've in the last week told people I know on the right and on the left who were like, I really like your writing and your insights, or I don't always agree with you, but I think you approach it in a certain way. And then I can see like do this, do that maybe. And I have to tell those folks, it's like, I appreciate it, but a lot of what I try to do, and I've thought about it a long time, and sometimes I've failed badly. But what I try to do is I can't, at the end of the day, in my heart of hearts, care about the outcome. Because when you start caring about the outcome, that's mean you're on the team. And when you're on the team, you will put blinders to certain things. You will carry a certain water in a certain way. And that's fine. If you join a team, you should behave that way. If you're a soldier, you need to learn to obey. But some of us get to stand on the outside and look in. And if you're too caught up in the final outcome of so much stuff you don't control, especially a commentator like me, like, what's that? I'd much rather play the fool and say maybe.
At least you'll accept that you can't control, so many of these things. A lot of these personality types try to control everything.
Yeah, well, and some of them I think are just playing a game. But we'll see. We'll see. Even in Tucker's response saying, it's fine to not trust the FBI. I'm like, I agree, Tucker. He even did this little thing. He goes, there's nothing wrong with asking questions. And as long as you're asking in good faith, I've been on the wrong side of that. Or I was honestly asking questions and I was wrong. But it needs to be done in good faith. It was a weird little, he's laying the seeds. Patrick Bet-David saying a similar thing, that this doesn't seem to be done in good faith right now.
If someone's response is the truth, does the question have to be asked in good faith? If people's actions are above board and they don't have anything to hide, what does it matter what how the question's framed?
Well, it will continue to play out because the trial will be happening before too long. And I'm sure there will be all sorts of reactions to the reactions. And of course, I think on Monday or Tuesday of next week, the Charlie Kirk Show folks, the Turning Point USA folks are all going to do this live stream. And I've been somewhat sucked into this world. That's why I said and started, thank God for this reminder, this great C.S. Lewis dedication, because that's the stuff that does matter. And I do care about the outcome in that regard, the stuff that really does, the stuff that you want to put on your gravestone, the stuff that you will remember when all the other stuff fails you. That's what I care about. But with that Turning Point live stream, you're going to have Candace streaming at the same time. You're going to have Nick Fuentes doing it at the same. Every person with a huge audience and platform is going to have that thing where stream inside a stream inside a stream. And it's going to be quite a spectacle, which to me is sad. But this is the world we live in. And again, just to make the point again, this new media that I think propelled Trump and Vance to massive victory in 2024, because it ain't just traditional Republicans that gave them those numbers. It's become a bit of a Frankenstein monster.
It's like they're profiting off someone's tombstone.
Anyway, we got to hit a quick break here. Be right back.
He may not know whether he's coming or going, but whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings 6 till 9 and afternoons 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM WACV. For too long, Alabama's statewide news companies have shamed us for our conservative Christian values. Alabama deserves a news company that cherishes our culture, a company that isn't bought and paid for by the powers that be. 1819 News is that company. Run by Alabamians for Alabamians, 1819 News celebrates what is good and beautiful about our state, while exposing those who work against our values in secret. Just go to 1819news.com to learn more. Subscribe to our newsletter. That's 1819news.com.
Hey guys, this is Todd Clark with River Region Contracting, your premier roofing contractor in Central Alabama. So remember the name, River Region Contracting, for all your roofing needs. We're not affiliated with any other roofing company in the River Region. We've been in the roofing business since 2005. We don't have to buy our leads, and we don't have to knock on doors when the storms come around. We have thousands of satisfied customers throughout Central Alabama. So call us at 334-356-8635. That's 334-356-8635.
News and talk without the static. The River Region's most trusted voice. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
This part of the program brought to you by Montgomery's Health. And y'all know any fellas that just don't have that snap in their turtle anymore?
Oh, sure. There's a bunch of folks out there like that.
They don't same pep in their step. Mm-hmm. They can't carry on. They don't even feel like men anymore.
I know a few
like,
of those guys.
There are men that used to go like all day, all night. And I'm not even talking about like sex stuff. I'm talking about like you work an all-nighter and then you got to drive and keep going. And now you eat a sandwich at lunch and you fall asleep.
Fall asleep in the truck. Yep.
And it's a real thing, especially for men as they hit middle age. There are a lot of guys even in their 20s and 30s who just feel like crap. Low energy, exhausted mentally and physically, it very well could be low testosterone. It's a true problem in a lot of the developed world with men across the West. So if you're here in the area, get by Montgomery Men's Health. The urologists and providers there will tailor solutions specifically to your body and goals. And beyond testosterone treatment, they have ED treatments and many other options men don't even know exist. One having to do with Botox, which I was like, my God.
Okay.
Interesting. Consultation, including blood work, is just $99 with results before you leave. And in fact, they have treatments there if you choose those particular treatments that'll make you feel better the very same day. Gentlemen, you only got one life. Procrastination's only going to make this worse. Call them up today at 440-3663. That's 440-3663, or visit MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com to book your appointment today. So in a second, after we're at the top of the hour break, the seizure of this oil tanker off the coast of Venezuela, putting out the video with it too, like with the hype edit and all this stuff. Yeah, Eddie's raising eyebrows.
I've got questions about it. I'm not totally opposed to it. It's been a while since we've been the strong arms that we are, but I do got questions.
Are you worried about it like leading to just full-scale war?
I worry about it progressing and escalating.
Yeah. And I think there is a constitutional point about, like, if you're going to do this, like full-scale war, don't you need to get congressional authorization?
On this kind
and
of
are you
thing,
going to hang your
we're
head
just-
on the 2001 AUMF? Like, I don't know about that.
Kidnapping boats, I think we kind of need a little bit.
Oh, then you have the other argument. Again, we'll get into all this after the top of our break, where these sanctions are there. And in fact, we've been putting these sanctions on a lot of different countries for years, and we've kind of just not enforced them.
But if we're going to, just like with kids, you can't do one and not the other. You know, you can't play favorite.
Well, but you can give examples, make an example of the kid that one time, and it keeps everybody else in line. I think, the more I keep watching Trump and them, I don't think their goal is to like have a full-on invasion of Venezuela. But again, there are many other factors at play. In fact, this is a lot bigger than just Venezuela.
Yeah, 100%.
A lot bigger. And we've got some great write-ups here I want to get into after the top of the hour break. Y'all stay tuned. We're going to jump into that next.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusada, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
With SRN News, I'm Bob Agnew in Washington. A setback for efforts to avoid another possible government shutdown, as the Senate has failed to advance a GOP bill that would have come up with an alternative to renewing those controversial Obamacare subsidies. Now, a Democrat version will be up for a vote soon in the Senate. Also at srnnews.com, tens of thousands of residents in western Washington state facing potential evacuation orders as another round of heavy rain drops on the region. And forecasters at the National Weather Service say the Pacific Northwest has been experiencing what they call an atmospheric river that's behind all that precipitation. 2 states are preparing abortion amendments for next year. Nevada voters will revisit a measure protecting abortion rights in the state constitution. Virginia's proposal awaits one more legislative step before it might reach the ballot as well. This is SRN News.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Ask yourself this question. Is it really worth holding on to that timeshare that you know you need to get rid of? Here's the truth. The average maintenance fee just went up over 17%. That could have been 117%, and there's nothing you can do about it. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check for annual maintenance and assessment fees. I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. For 15 years, I've helped over 50,000 families cancel their timeshare. Not sell it, not transfer it, cancel it. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment and your maintenance fees would never go up? That's a lie. Are you ready to get rid of your timeshare once and for all? Simply call us and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit that explains all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your timeshare exit kit. 800-366-6161. That's 800-366-6161. 800-366-6161.
Rich Thomas Weather, a service of Riverside Chevrolet Wetumpka. If it's Chevy, it's Riverside. Best price, best selection. Check them out on the web at riversideusa.net.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. This is Rich Thomas. Lots of ups and downs on our temperatures over the next few days. Today will be several degrees cooler than yesterday, with a high temperature only in the lower 50s. Mostly clear, mid-30s tonight. Then a temperature rebound. We'll be in the mid-60s on Friday and Saturday, the 2 nicest mild days of the next several. Could be some showers in the pre-dawn hours of Sunday morning as a cold front approaches, and then falling temperatures during the day on Sunday, leading to an Arctic shocker Sunday night into Monday morning with lows in the low 20s and wind chill factors in the low teens. The daytime Monday will be a frigid day. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Budget Floors and More has the best prices. Carpet as low as 69 cents per square foot. LVP starting at $1.29 a square foot. Sheet vinyl as low as 65 cents per square foot. And the lowest prices on flooring installation supplies. Budget Floors and More across from Del Rey to Publix.
From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, these are today's top stories. A Hope Hole man is pleaded guilty to a 2022 murder in a Montgomery hotel parking lot. Crawford Bruce was charged with shooting and killing Marion Woodward in front of America's Best Inn on West South Boulevard. The shooting happened during an argument over Bruce's girlfriend. Bruce faces life in prison upon sentencing. Former Vice President Kamala Harris is scheduling a stop in Montgomery early next year. On Wednesday, the Montgomery Performing Arts Center announced Harris will visit the capital city on February 12th. The event, billed as a conversation with Kamala Harris, will include a meet and greet opportunity. The city of Montgomery celebrates the magic of the season with the 2025 Capital City Christmas Parade on Friday. The parade rolls out at 6 p.m. down historic Dexter Avenue, featuring festive floats, marching bands, dance groups, and a special appearance by Santa Claus. Tomorrow evening in the heart of downtown Montgomery. From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, I'm Sky Mosley.
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368. An equal housing lender.
Visit Rich's Car Wash today and save money this year by joining their Unlimited Wash Club. A new year means new adventures, so keep your ride clean, dry, and shiny. Enjoy detailing perks included with your wash like towels, mat cleaners, air fresheners, and more. Get to Rich's Car Wash today or visit them online at richescarwash.com to sign up for their Unlimited Wash Club.
Hi, I'm Brian McMahon with Turf Stalkers. Within a few months of advertising with Blue Water, our customer base doubled. If you're looking for similar results, we highly recommend advertising with Blue Water.
Radio reaches over 90% of everyone in the river region. Shouldn't your ads be out there where your customers are? Call us to find out more. Blue Water Broadcasting. Local folks helping local business.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. It's time for Montgomery's conversational radio show. It's News and Views on News Talk 93.1 FM. To join the conversation, call 272-9228.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. And yes, folks, it happened yesterday. President Donald Trump's administration has seized an oil tanker off the coast of Venezuela. The officials who were speaking on the condition of anonymity said the operation was led by the U.S. Coast Guard. They did not name the tanker, did not specifically say where the interdiction took place. Of course, Trump himself, I believe, put out a video of the interdiction. And what? You just had a lot of folks rappelling down from choppers, and apparently they didn't meet much of any resistance at all.
How many dudes on an oil tanker tote guns?
Actually, you might find a few. It depends on which waters you're in.
Yeah, if you're
For
in
the most part, unless they hire
probably-
private security, it's illegal for them to tote a gun on that boat.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and also, even if you're toting a gun and
Yeah,
you
flare
see
gun.
like commandos I give up.
I'm out.
I give up. Unless you got a death wish.
You got to go. The Pirates have really stepped up their game. They've got a helicopter now.
I give up. So not much resistance, but Venezuela has managed to increase oil exports this year from 2024 volumes, even as Washington has ratcheted up pressure on President Nicolas Maduro. The U.S. Navy had previously not disturbed oil tankers from Venezuela, but it had struck boats in the Caribbean Sea that were suspected of smuggling drugs. I think the drugs thing isn't what this is necessarily all about, honestly, at least not the drugs themselves, but the money flows. President Trump's administration has threatened to extend military operations to land targets hitting infrastructure of a lot of the cartels. On Monday, two sources familiar with the matter said Trump would meet with top advisors to discuss Venezuela following his confirmation on Sunday that he spoke with Maduro. U.S. troops had carried out at least 21 strikes on alleged drug boats in the Caribbean, or is it Caribbean, Queen? I don't know. Now I'm trying to think. I always think of the song.
Me too, but I'm going to go with Caribbean right now.
Caribbean?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's just kind of your basic news write-up of that. But there's a great write-up, which maybe it's wrong, but from reading through this, I just find it quite credible by Amuse on X. And it's the tanker seizure that signals the end of Venezuela's dictatorship. So let me just read this a little bit for a second. The prevailing media story about the U.S. military buildup in the say it again, Eddie?
Caribbean. No, Caribbean.
Caribbean Queen.
That's all I want to know with Billy Ocean. Yes, Caribbean.
Holds that Washington is escalating its war on narco traffickers. This story sounds plausible enough. It fits neatly within old frameworks and allows commentators to recycle familiar talking points about interdiction, cartels, and regional corruption. If the closer one looks, the less the narrative fits the facts. The scale and precision of the forces deployed by the Trump team reveal a different strategic purpose. The aim is to enforce sanctions on Venezuela with real rigor, and in doing so, to deny Nicolas Maduro the only revenue stream that sustains his dictatorship. What is unfolding is a pressure campaign crafted to liberate Venezuela without firing a shot. If one doubts that such an approach could reshape the political landscape of an entrenched authoritarian state, it helps to examine both the nature of the deployment and the economic fragility of Maduro's regime. Once those pieces are in view, the plan becomes strikingly clear. The deployment pattern is the place to start. A force designed to intercept small narco vessels looks one way, and a force designed to restrict a sovereign state's exports looks another. Narco interdiction efforts usually emphasize speed and flexibility. They involve fast pursuit crafts, helicopters, and limited surveillance assets to track go-fast boats. By contrast, the Caribbean force assembled by the administration is built around cutters, maritime patrol aircraft, long-range surveillance platforms, and U.S. Navy assets positioned directly over Venezuela's known export routes. These routes run through the Caribbean basin and form the arteries through which over 90% of Venezuela's oil shipments pass on their way to offshore transfer zones. When one places naval power across those arteries, one is not conducting a symbolic drug patrol. One is closing the valves of a state's revenue system. Yep. And just before I keep reading this, if you think it through, who's buying this oil like in black market, and it's like forged documents and stuff, these shouldn't be allowed. But of course, China and Russia and a few others are buying it. And
you got some Cubans buying it, I'm sure.
Right.
Yeah. Yes.
And then you get into also like the amount of infrastructure to make these, say, gray market, black market oil things work. Like, how much does that bolster other operations? Is that all they do is help with the tankers?
They got to have a support group. There's going to be support ships, everything.
So what this very well could be, long and short of it, and I will keep reading here, is a way to like cut off a lot of, say, foul play that is in our own hemisphere and do it in a way that isn't about invading all of a sudden. Honestly, I think the U.S. government doesn't care who runs Venezuela in the sense of who runs it next. What they care about is wanting to cut off a lot of this resistance that is in our hemisphere being backed by geopolitical players from around the world. So
you thinking he'll slap Venezuela around a little bit to teach everyone a lesson?
Yes, I was sitting here wondering, like, okay, they haven't invaded.
Yeah.
Like the no-fly zone, like the huge aircraft carrier group there. It almost feels like a Python strategy.
Pressure.
Yeah, slowly pressure. And it also made me think this isn't just about Venezuela. There's something about Venezuela that seems like the best domino to knock over in a series of them.
All right. In the strongman game, do you think Venezuela is the stronger of the countries down there that are kind of being rebellious? And so you knock them back just to let everybody else know? Or are they just...
No, I think they're actually pretty, and as I read this, you'll see, I think they're actually pretty fragile.
Yeah.
But
picking on the weak.
But also because of their fragility and all these other sanctions, they've had to create this whole, say, black market network that involves all sorts of different systems and nation states and groups. So it's interesting. Like, I am with you, and you're sort of like, crap, we go into war with another country and vote for this.
It's not so much the war. It's and I know he's got a plan, but it I don't know, a little bit bullish to me.
To see, and again, this is from @amuse, and at the bottom he says this is up to like Claremont Review standards, like I have it sourced and all this stuff. And maybe he's off on his analysis here, but it strikes me as trustworthy. But maybe not. To see why this matters, he goes on, it helps to recall how Venezuela exports oil in the current sanctions environment. The regime cannot sell openly to world markets, so it relies on an intricate system of dark fleet tankers, ship-to-ship transfers, altered documentation, and offshore blending operations. Imagine a river that has been blocked at its source. Smugglers will dig channels around the blockage. They will disguise the water, relabel it, and pass it along through intermediaries. But these channels work only as long as the sheriff stays out of the valley. If he places deputies along every gap in the rocks, the water stops flowing. The U.S. has now placed those deputies. Surveillance aircraft can track tankers even when transponders are off. Coast Guard and Navy vessels can board ships whose insurance, flag, or ownership structures raise red flags. Maritime patrols can watch known transfer points near Trinidad, Aruba, and Caracas. Many of the tankers Maduro relies on already operate in legal gray zones. They change names and flags, spoof transponders, and use shell companies in opaque jurisdictions. These evasions are useful only when no one is watching. When U.S. forces station themselves directly across the sea lanes where these tankers must pass, the evasion collapse. Consider the recent U.S. seizure of a sanctioned tanker off the Venezuelan coast. The media has mostly treated it as an isolated enforcement action, but in context, it reads as a signal. The administration has shown that it is willing to intercept sanctioned cargo, disrupt shadow fleets, and expose a network that have kept Maduro afloat. The tanker was not simply a rogue vessel. It represented the entire export model that Caracas has depended on for years. If further seizures follow, the model unravels quickly. The logic is straightforward. Without oil revenue, Maduro has no regime. At this point, a skeptical reader might wonder whether a sanctions crackdown can really topple an entrenched strongman. After all, Maduro survived years of economic contraction, humanitarian crises, and domestic unrest.
Right.
Yet, this objection overlooks a critical detail. Venezuela is no longer buffered by substantial reserves or diversified revenue streams. It is a state held together by cash payments to elites and the military, and that cash comes from entirely its oil exports. Once the flow stops, the timeline to regime desperation narrows to weeks. The starting point is Venezuela's lack of hard currency. Independent economists estimate that the regime holds well under $1 billion in accessible foreign reserves. This is not a cushion, it's a final lifeline. The government burns through $150 million to $250 million per a week to cover imports, military payroll, and patronage networks. Oil exports are the only way to meet these expenses. If exports are halted, the shortfall appears immediately. Within 3 weeks, the government faces severe constraints on its ability to import food and fuel. After a month, the regime must choose between paying the military or paying for basic supplies. It cannot do both. When the military is not paid, its loyalty fractures. This is not speculation. Venezuelan commanders themselves have privately acknowledged for years that their allegiance is tied to shipments of imported goods, stipends, and perks that depend entirely on export revenues. It is crucial to appreciate the dominance of oil in Venezuela's economy. Even under sanctions, the country exports 450,000 to 700,000 barrels per day. That flow yields 20 million to 35 million per day, depending on discounts offered to Chinese refiners. One might think that narcotics, gold, or other illicit revenues could compensate, but these streams benefit individual elites rather than the state. They cannot sustain the government's institutional needs. Without oil money, the bureaucracy, the security forces, and the state's minimal social programs all begin to collapse. The timeline is rapid. Within 30 to 45 days, the government struggles to pay key personnel. Within 45 to 60 days, critical imports fall sharply. The power grid, already unstable, fails more frequently. Fuel shortages intensify and hyperinflation pressures return. Some argue that China or Iran will bail out the regime.
This view mistakes the nature of those relationships. Beijing and Tehran buy Venezuelan crude because it's cheap, and because they can use opaque financial channels to settle transactions. They do not subsidize the regime out of ideological commitment. If U.S. naval forces interdict tankers in the Caribbean, China and Iran cannot easily circumvent that blockade. They would have to send military escorts or challenge U.S. authority directly, steps neither is willing to take for Maduro's sake. Even if they were willing, emergency transfers of cash or goods would not approach the scale needed to sustain the state. Venezuela requires hundreds of millions of dollars per month. No external donor is prepared to provide that support. Once these dynamics are placed together, the strategic logic of the administration becomes clearer. The goal is not a ground invasion or a prolonged conflict. The goal is to create a short, intense financial crisis within the regime that makes Maduro's continued rule untenable. This is not merely theoretical. Modern authoritarian regimes often collapse when their ability to pay the military evaporates. Eastern European states in the late Cold War, African regimes facing commodity shocks, and Middle Eastern governments under sanctions have all experienced similar cascades. When the revenue disappears, the ruling coalition splits. Some factions turn on the leader. Others negotiate exits. In such moments, a path for a legitimate successor opens. It is precisely this window that the administration intends to create. The idea is that by enforcing sanctions at sea, Washington can force Maduro to step down without needing to fire a shot. The rightful president can then return under conditions where the military, deprived of cash but eager for stability, is incentivized to cooperate rather than resist. This plan relies on tools the U.S. already controls and avoids the risk associated with direct military intervention. One might still wonder why the media framed the buildup as an anti-cartel mission. The answer lies in institutional inertia. Reporters are accustomed to viewing U.S. naval activity in the Caribbean through the lens of drug interdiction. When they see cutters and patrol aircraft, they assume a familiar mission. But strategic context matters. The positioning of forces along known oil export routes, the public messaging from U.S. officials about enforcing sanctions, and the timing of tanker seizures all point in another direction. Once these facts are acknowledged, the narrative about counter-narcotics looks like a convenient placeholder rather than a description of the real mission. There's also a deeper lesson here about modern statecraft. Power is often exercised by controlling financial flows rather than by projecting brute force. When a regime's survival depends entirely on revenue that crosses international waters, a maritime power can exert enormous leverage. This is especially true when the regime's export system is already vulnerable. Venezuela's aging tankers, decaying ports, and reliance on Iranians make it uniquely susceptible to interdiction. The administration has identified these vulnerabilities and placed assets where they can be most effective. The question then becomes how long Maduro can withstand a determined cutoff. The most likely answer is 6 to 12 weeks. This estimate reflects not only economic modeling, but also the structure of the Venezuelan state. It is a regime that functions as a cash distribution machine. Once the machine stops, the regime loses cohesion. If U.S. interdictions continue, the collapse becomes a matter of timing rather than possibility. All of this helps to explain why the administration acted now. For years, sanctions were under-enforced. Tankers operated with impunity. Ship-to-ship transfers near Trinidad became routine. Chinese refiners treated Venezuelan crude as a discounted supply source rather than a risk. The regime built survival strategies around these patterns. By moving naval power directly into these zones, the administration has upended the regime's assumptions. The tanker seizure marks the beginning of a new phase. It signals that Washington intends to make the sanctions real. One final point merits attention. Some critics will accuse the administration of pursuing regime change, but this misses the nature of the policy. The U.S. is not imposing a government on Venezuela. It is enforcing existing sanctions that reflect the illegitimacy of Maduro's self-declared presidency. The aim is not to restore the conditions under which the rightful president can return. That's the aim is to do that, not to install a puppet regime. Venezuelans themselves have sought Maduro's departure for years. What they lacked was the external pressure needed to break the regime's financial base. That pressure has now arrived. The coming weeks will reveal how effective the strategy is. If the naval deployment continues and interdictions increase, Maduro faces a narrowing path. His options will shrink, his coalition will fracture, and the cost of staying in power will surpass the benefits. When the moment arrives, Venezuela will have a chance to reclaim its democracy. The administration's decision to act reflects a sober understanding of both regional security and the moral stakes involved. Sometimes the most humane way to confront a dictatorship is not through war, but through steady, disciplined application of economic pressure. And again, this is from at Amuse on X. He's always a great follow. I will say, though, I think there are elements of what I was getting at, too, beyond what Amuse is saying, that I think you're making an example of Venezuela by doing this.
Yeah,
and you're
that's
telling anybody that's relying on similar, say, fragile networks, gray market networks, and again, that whole support system that's around there.
Yeah.
I think you're putting everybody on notice, like, we're not playing in our own backyard anymore.
Right. But this, I mean, to me, this isn't about Venezuela so much as it is about China, right?
Yeah. I mean, that's the ultimate great game we're playing at this point. Sure. And they just came out with the national security strategy we covered last week, where, yeah, China is seen as the main, they called it economic rivalry.
1.6 billion, I think was the number that I found that China got in oil from Venezuela last year.
Wow.
The number that you said, 700,000 on the
barrels
highest,
a day.
Yeah. That's what's projected, like currently for, right now.
Right. And this, there are other things I've read where this has spinoff effects, like certain things are triggered in contracts when you start getting these interdictions, like certain costs go up. Yep. And like, yeah, it is meant to be sort of this big, let's throw a huge old rock in the middle of that pond and let's see how it ripples.
See what happens. Yep.
Interesting. I don't know exactly where it goes. I don't actually think anybody knows exactly where this goes, but it seems to me this isn't just like, oh, let's go kick out Maduro. There's a little more at stake here.
Well, when would we, I mean, obviously we want regime change there, but when do we just officially start it? If it's going to take a month to do it, which is what it sounds like they're saying, when do we officially start that?
Who are we claiming is the
and who's the backup?
The real president? Because was it this guy?
Yeah, we remember.
This guy was the VP under Chavez, right?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. I feel like it's a CIA implant. I mean, this is how we do when we don't like a regime.
Yeah,
we
when
get
he
our
says,
own guy, and
this guy's here says it's not about a puppet regime. It's like, they kind of become your puppet.
Yeah. Dude, you just put me in power.
Yeah, and you gave me, well, you see the bailout we gave to Argentina that worked? And I love, by the way, Bess sent after Thanksgiving going, by the way, it worked.
It worked.
And
So
you know how this worked? We made money by giving them that. And we made it very
Somebody got to
quickly.
go to jail for that, though, because the last time Trump made money off that, a bunch of people want to go to jail.
Yeah. No, just read the national security strategy they came out with. Like, they are essentially saying the Monroe Doctrine is back on, and we have this new thing called the Trump Corollary.
Oh, was that released the same day that I sent the JFK, not JFK, Trump Jr.
I believe so.
clip?
Yes. Yes. They're clear. And if you've been paying attention, it makes sense. Europe needs to stand up for itself, and we would like Europe to be frickin' Western Europe again.
They've got
number one.
spine, man. Nothing.
Europe has to look out for themselves. We're tired of trying to get involved in the Middle East.
Yeah.
Sorry to everybody there, in particular to Israel. We're tired of like war after war after war. What we're going to do is we're going to have peace, and everybody's at this new generation seems to have agreed with it. And that means we don't need aircraft carriers in the Persian Gulf or the Mediterranean. We don't need aircraft carriers up there. Well, we don't have aircraft carriers up there near Russia anyway. We're going to defend our own backyard, and we're going to focus that the great game here is with China
and Russia.
Russia to a degree, but Russia's a world power because they have nukes
and a lot of oil.
And a lot of oil, sure.
I'm sure they didn't care that China's energy supply might be interrupted a little bit. You know, the third side of the superpower equation is going to be really interesting to watch based off the collection of natural resources.
Well, and then I saw reports that the Chinese are moving assets closer to Japan as Japan is feeling their oats. The new, she's like a Margaret Thatcher of Japanese style.
Yeah.
Like, she is not playing, man.
We need to get over there before they fight.
And the whole Taiwan thing is still, still bubbling.
Oh, yeah, it's still bubbling big time.
Oh, yeah. So it's, I mean, this is, the game is on. And like, my heart is in like, stop killing each other. Stop it. Why are we doing this? But then my head goes, yeah, but people have been killing people for centuries, and
economy's got to keep rolling, dude.
This is what power's a reality, and you got to deal with that reality. What's the best way to sum this up? It's very easy to moralize against the existence of the nuclear bomb. It's much more difficult to reckon with the bomb's existence. And I think in many ways, when you're reckoning with power,
it's, you're dancing with the devil a little bit. So hopefully Godspeed that we're on the right path to actually bringing things into a better direction.
I hope so, brother.
But maybe not. Let's go to line 1. You're on there. Who's this?
It's Papa B.
Hey, Papa B.
Hey, guys. Boy, that was a great analysis.
Yeah, Muse is a great follow on it. Really good follow.
Very, very, very well conceived and spoken. Makes so much sense. This tanker, just real quick, briefly, was it flying a Venezuelan flag, or did it have no flag at all?
I think it had no flag at all. From what I read, it's kind of a ghost ship. Yeah, yeah, they just got tired of it.
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
So seizing that vessel was well within.
Oh yeah.
The right.
I believe this is also having effects on like Cuba. It's like anybody relying on these arteries and these gray black markets. Yeah, they're gonna feel
it. Exactly. So, the Venezuelan people, they deserve so much better than Maduro. I mean, in every conceivable definition of the word, this guy's a gangster. He and his crew, but they're not, they're not democratically elected or anything like that. They took over, and they took over with the help of a lot of international folks that really don't need to be messing around with the Monroe Doctrine water. Hello, China. So and others. If I'm not mistaken, I think Iran might have had something to do with that too.
Oh yeah, Iran was used. They were refining a lot of this Venezuela oil.
They were swapping.
I misspoke earlier. It's not Russia. It's Iran.
Right. So, here's the thing. You'll get a kick out of this. All right. So the Trump doctrine, international, doctrine is coming into focus. It's the same doctrine as the domestic, thing that he's doing. We didn't need a congressional committee to come up with a 12-point plan. We didn't need to go to the Brookings Institute to come up with the right wording so that it would be palatable.
What about heritage and AEI?
It comes down to 4 simple words, my friend. S-A-F-O. I like it. I like it. Easy to understand. You don't have to have a college degree.
Nope. Yep.
And that is what the length and the breadth and the scope of the Trump doctrine, pretty much that sums it up. I think it's going to work beautifully. Venezuela, sure. Maduro, needs to go. Yeah, they need to have a democratically elected government. I believe they're going to get that. I'm with you. I'm with the writer of that last piece there. I don't think Trump is like interventionist. Now, thank goodness, because, if one of the Bushes were president, or probably, along with people like Lindsey Graham, we would have been in war. We would have already marched into Venezuela just guns blazing.
Yes.
A little bit of finesse, just a little bit, works a whole lot better. And this will send a message to the whole rest of Central South America.
Yeah, and
go ahead.
I'm just looking at the map, and it's just like, as soon as you look at the map and the breakdown of the general positioning of a lot of the carrier groups, it's like, that makes a lot of sense. We're controlling the arteries in our own backyard.
Argentina's going right. Honduras.
El Salvador.
El Salvador. Many others. We get to the little ones first, and Brazil is the next one. Lord have mercy on Brazil. Now you talk about a bunch of communist gangsters. They did take over. I can't believe the guy. Golly, what's his name? That was the opposition leader, is still alive. They got him.
Bolsonaro.
Bolsonaro. Right. They're going to try to kill him just as quick as they possibly can. Kind of like the communist Chinese, oh, he's sick. He's not feeling well. He's having to go to the hospital. And oops, he's dead.
Yeah. Yep.
So anyway.
And it's like Trotsky died of a headache, right? And I mean, you'd have a big headache with an ice pick in your skull.
Look at what is going on in Germany, man. I mean, you know, the right-leaning opposition in Germany and some of those other areas, they're just killing them, just outright killing them.
Wow.
So, you know, it's time to start maybe saying a few things about that and hopefully doing about it too. But anyway, all right, guys. Well, listen, thanks for letting me chime in. Y'all have a Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Hey, bro. This part of the program brought to you by James Cole and Cole Plumbing. And they're at Cole Plumbing. They're ready to help you with any and all of your plumbing needs. Could be something simple like a toilet won't stop running. You don't know how to fix it. It's like the chain and the suction cup thing. What the heck is that? Or the flapper.
Flapper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or maybe you are hearing drip.
Oh, drip. Dude. In the middle of the night, that's waking you up.
It could be the shower drain. Could be your sink.
It could be the sink. Yeah, it could be the kitchen sink.
Oh, God.
That drip.
And then imagine like it's clogged. The garbage disposal ain't working anymore. It stinks. Like
that smell.
They can replace that for you. But of course, you also could have a huge problem like a massive water leak or something like a gas line leak. Cole Plumbing can fix those for you with minimal discomfort to you in your home without tearing out a bunch of drywall or digging up a huge hole in your yard. And maybe you don't really have a problem other than you want nicer things. You want to upgrade, add accessories to the bathroom or to the kitchen. Maybe you're going for like a tankless water heater system. They can help you with all these sorts of things. They're at Cole Plumbing. So y'all check them out today. You can always go to coleplumbing.com or give them a call. 279-8919. That's 279-8919. And just remember, folks, when you have trouble with your ball,
call on Cole, Joey.
Let's go to line 2. You're on there. Who's this?
This is Sam calling from Pike
Hey,
County.
Sam.
Hey, Sam. Yeah.
Good to see you last night, brother.
It's good to see you, Eddie. And
did you get my $20 from Hannah?
Oh, listen, I was going to tell you, it was very nice. Man, I was happy to meet Hannah and her. Is she married or is that fiance?
That's my lawyer.
That's Eddie's lawyer.
Yeah. Well, anyway,
he needs a lot of defending, not even in court.
They're a great looking couple, and the gentleman with Hannah, he didn't like my looks at all. So you know, he's obviously smart.
No, but he's a lawyer.
But it was, it was. I enjoy. I'm glad I came to the.
I'm glad you did, man. It was good to see you, bud.
I got to meet a few people, and it, it was a good move. As usual, I know exactly what's happening.
Oh.
And I listen to this. I'm hoping for one thing. Yes, Trump's sending the right message.
Okay.
Yes, enforcing existing law. Here's the big deal. I'm just praying, God, please let someone release the information that the oil, the Earl in that tanker, that we are going to be seizing that and putting it toward our national strategic supplies.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
That, supposedly the last couple of administrations, they sold off a bunch of it and released a bunch of it, whatever they did.
Right.
Yeah, man. You talk about cause a racket. That's just
not a bad idea.
That's not a bad idea. That's what I'm hoping for. The Earl, we need the thing is, we got plenty of room for more tankers.
Yeah, we do.
Just put that out there. Yes, we do. And that would be. You talk about America first. Yeah, we get your Earl.
Straight up. Your Earl. I mean, what else are they going to do with it? We going to give it back to them?
That's it. Yeah,
we don't want a natural disaster. We need to just go ahead and offload that inventory.
Yeah, if they didn't think it. See, that's it.
Yeah,
that's right.
Smart move.
Guys, y'all sound great. Like I said, I'm having a good morning, and I'm taking a Starbucks break right now over here in Zelda. Man, life is good.
That's good to hear it, brother.
Well, appreciate you, Sam.
Thank y'all.
See you, brother.
272-9228. That's 334-272-9228. This part of the program brought to you by Josh and Leslie Ryder over there at Dillon Rings.
Did you see on the Facebook this morning?
Looking at it right now.
Yeah, buddy.
It's an antique watch that was brought in, and they turned into a pair of earrings for a client. It's a true created by Josh item. Turns a broken old watch and watch band into beautiful antique earrings. And seriously, if you got some old jewelry laying around that's just sitting there in a cupboard or a drawer somewhere, and they're not even like thinking about it, but you're like, it's still beautiful. Like, there's a reason you couldn't bring yourself to throw it out,
right?
Because it is still like it means
Strong
something.
Sentimental reasons there.
Like, so why not get by there and make it a Christmas created by Josh sort of item? And of course, they have amazing selection for the Christmas season, 15 to 70% off on a bunch of different items there at Dillon Rings. You might be like 15%. Well,
say you're in the market for a big ticket item.
Okay.
Like a $5,000 pair of earrings.
All right.
15% off, pretty nice.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty nice.
Pretty good.
And they got a lot of stuff like that. And then they got stuff that's not going to break the bank, like $100, $200. And of course, fun stuff for like maybe a first jewelry for the daughter, for the
really
niece,
cool.
the kids.
Yep.
They got it under control there at Dillon Rings in a really good way. Stop by 119 Brown Springs Road here in Montgomery. And be sure to tell them that Joey, Eddie, and Byron on the radio sent you. And PSA, they'll be closed at 2 p.m. tomorrow and be closed on Saturday.
Okay.
For Harley's wedding.
That's right, Joey. It's coming up.
Congratulations
Congrats.
to the lovely couple.
Yep.
So,
hey, where do you think they got their engagement jewelry at? Just curious.
You jerk. Talk about asking questions in bad faith. Looking at, anyway, we'll be right back.
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
Welcome to Eclectic Coins, Montgomery's largest coin dealer, specializing in buying and selling investment-grade gold and silver coins. And they have a large selection of rare coins and coins from around the world. Visit them at 543 Northeastern Boulevard or on the web at eclecticcoins.com. Eclectic Coins, where collectors who know go.
This holiday, make your home feel merry, bright, and beautifully furnished. Royal Furniture is celebrating the season with royal savings on living rooms, bedrooms, dining sets, and more. Right now, unwrapped doorbuster deals and fast delivery. Need credit? Get the Royal Credit for any credit situation. Whether you're hosting the whole family or gifting comfort to yourself, it's the Royal Furniture Holiday Savings Event going on now. Royal Furniture in Auburn, Prattville, and Eastern Boulevard in Montgomery.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from your local Roto-Rooter. The Tears family extends best wishes to all those in the River region this holiday season. Don't let plumbing issues turn your celebrations into a lump of coal. Roto-Rooter is a phone call or a click away for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. 272-7130 or online at rotorooteralabama.com. And remember,
Call Roto-Rooter, that's the name. And away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter, Roto-Rooter.
Businesses have trusted our family at Delta for their printing needs since 1979. Today, Delta does business printing and so much more. We print invitations, Christmas cards, Canva, and Etsy files in as little as 24 hours. We can also print and address the envelopes, saving you time and money. Come see us at 5757A Atlanta Highway or call 271-COPY or shop at letdeltadoit.com. When you need printing, copying, gifts, signs, or more, let Delta do it.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/radio to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
To get this special radio offer, go to leaffilter.com/radio for your free gutter inspection today and get up to 30% off. That's leaffilter.com/radio for up to 30% off. leaffilter.com/radio. See representative for warranty details.
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368. An equal housing lender.
This is your roving reporter, and today I'm talking with a street corner Santa.
Ho, 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 man.
I see you're raising money for charity.
Yeah, and when I get done, I'm going to go over to talk to David Ernest about my portfolio.
Well, of course you can go see him, but you can also call him.
I know, man. Toll free. 833-596-7233. And remember, those last 4 digits spell out the word safe.
Indeed, they do. And I understand there was some trouble over here last night.
Yeah, I kind of got thrown out of the cocktail lounge down on the corner.
What happened?
Well, I'd been out working. I was kind of tired. I wanted a little something to drink, and I asked the bartender for a Santa's sleigh.
A Santa's sleigh? What exactly is a Santa's sleigh?
It doesn't matter what it is, man. It's just on the house.
You know you're getting cold, don't you?
Ring-a-ding-ding, man, and Merry Christmas.
The Rich Thomas Weather Network, brought to you by Montgomery Paint and Body. From little fender benders to total body repair, MPB will fix it good as new, maybe better. For 4 decades, the Turner family has been getting you back on the road. Call 279-7325.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. This is Rich Thomas. Lots of ups and downs on our temperatures over the next few days. Today will be several degrees cooler than yesterday, with a high temperature only in the lower 50s. Mostly clear, mid-30s tonight. Then a temperature rebound. We'll be in the mid-60s on Friday and Saturday, the 2 nicest and mild days of the next several. Could be some showers in the pre-dawn hours of Sunday morning as a cold front approaches, and then falling temperatures during the day on Sunday, leading to an Arctic shocker Sunday night into Monday morning with lows in the low 20s and wind chill factors in the low teens. The daytime Monday will be a frigid day. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
At CB&S Bank, we've been meeting the needs of our customers since 1906. Need help setting up new business goals? Our line of commercial loans can help you achieve them. Go to cbsbank.com to find a location near you. All loans subject to credit approval, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
The River Region's first and only news talk station on FM. Live, local talk. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
And a Happy New Year.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. (272-9228) if you want to get on the conversation. That's 334-272-9228. And okay. News Nation. I don't really watch them much, especially because they brought on Chris Cuomo. Oh, God. That
bargain basement price.
That guy. Anyway, News Nation's a thing now, and I guess they're doing somewhat all right. But they are like, this segment is like the quintessential, if I could use that word, like normie talk around Bitcoin, because it's about the state of Texas. And also, when I saw this, I'm like, could have been us, Alabama. Mike Shaw's been trying. Phil Inser was trying. Now he's going home. And that's something. I've been trying.
You've been buying.
Yeah, I've been stacking sats.
That's right.
But I don't have the money of like the freaking state reserves.
You keep investing like you are, Joey, and you will.
I'll be the state reserve. Yeah. No, all I requested was empower the treasurer of the state, the treasury secretary, because it's Young Boozer. I don't know how much I like Young a lot. I don't know how much he's a fan of this Bitcoin stuff.
Yeah.
But at least as we wait a year, empower that person in that position of authority who does already have the discretion to, move funds around.
Right.
Empower them to be able to get exposure to Bitcoin, like buy into a spot ETF, for instance.
So, but he has the power to do that, correct?
Yes.
He doesn't have, so what if he just did it? What if he just took a couple bucks?
No, he doesn't right now.
Okay.
You do have to change the charter.
That's what I
and
figured.
what
He
he
had to
did.
ask somebody.
And it would have not even a lot, like up to, like it doesn't even have to be that much.
Just something, just a nominal
Just to
number
be in
just
the
to get it in
position.
there. Yeah.
And I've got clip after clip after clip of like one of Jamie Dimon, my uncle, the investment banker, is like, well, JP Morgan's not for Bitcoin. I'm like, watch. Jamie Dimon's been front running this crap, if that's the way it's referred to. They've been talking it down, and they've been building up capacity because they still want to be big dogs in the financial world. And I got a clip of Jamie Dimon on Fox Business just the other day. Yeah, he's all for it now. And we just moved $1 trillion on blockchain. It's kind of amazing. And it's like, oh, really? So you're seeing all the massive players, sovereign wealth funds around the world The United States federal government itself signaling clear as day, this is where we're going. And Alabama's like, I don't know. This is probably just tulips. It's a fad. So, what are you going to say?
I was told that Young's actually probably one of the sharper tools. Well, everybody knows that, but he's very open to it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I've always liked Young Boozer. And the issue isn't with him, it's with the legislature. Like, guys, you don't even have to spend money. I'm not asking you to go buy Bitcoin as a legislature.
Ticking them off. They love to spend money,
Yeah,
Joey.
right.
Come on now.
Right. But here's the deal. The mentality and we could lay out case after case after case. The head of the CFTC just came out. I got a clip of that too, saying, yeah, no, Bitcoin is going to be a major part of our payment networks. The woman, I believe, who runs Fidelity, where they do, I think they're the biggest provider of 401ks. She just did an interview. She rarely does interviews. And she did it at a conference saying, yeah, Bitcoin's going to be a massive part of the savings hierarchy. So it's happening if you're paying attention. Like the Ron Paul meme, it's happening. And yet the mentality, this is why I'm going with the News Nation clip, not all those other clips I just mentioned. This is the mentality, the normie mentality that still prevails. Just listen to how they frame what the great state, and I will say great state of Texas, with all that oil money just did. Let's listen in together.
Making a controversial money move that other states may soon follow. They are putting millions of taxpayer dollars into a high-risk, potentially high-reward reserve, and they are
controversial, high risk. See, just from the first few sentences, this is how it's being framed. But keep going.
betting big on Bitcoin. News Nation's Xavier Walton, he joins us live from Dallas. So, Xavier, this is a first-of-its-kind experiment, but likely not the last we're going to be seeing.
Kelly, good morning. Yeah, this is an expensive experiment, if you will, but Texas making history essentially and making waves while doing it. The Lone Star State launching the first strategic Bitcoin reserve in the United States, buying $5 million worth of Bitcoin.
It's not even that much.
Prices have skyrocketed this year. We've been paying close attention to that, but partly.
But by the way, before we keep going, $5 million is nothing for the state of Texas.
Correct.
I don't know what their budget is off the top of my head, but it's got to be massive. $5 million is nothing.
It's Texas.
Like Alabama could have spent $5 million and bought some Bitcoin.
All right, it's Texas.
0.01% of the budget, possibly.
Right. But then if you're looking at upside of this is the backbone of the new digital financial system, it's sitting a little below 100,000. It goes up to $1 million of Bitcoin. Like you just 10x your money, use 10x that 5 million. Wouldn't that help? We got a lot of problems in this state, especially with healthcare and a lot of infrastructure. 65 is too narrow. I agree, Will Ainsworth. Like there's so many problems. And it's like, what if we come up with a novel way, instead of taxing people, of building up reserves? Maybe by researching into what is the future of finance. And there are people in Alabama, God love them, that are pushing this, and they're awesome. But it's like, I'm worked up because just the framing of this News Nation segment, doing a controversial thing. It's novel. It could blow up in their face. $5 million.
Think of the debates on the Alabama floor.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. Well, and I know for a fact, I'm not going to name names. There's plenty of those guys over there who buy them personally.
Germany.
A lot of them are buying personally, and because they're smart. There are a lot of savvy folks over there. It's just convincing the entire caucus, the entire room. You're right. That would be a heck of what's wrong with the beer we got?
What's wrong with the coins we got?
What's wrong with the money we got?
What if the guys and gals that are buying it personally started talking about the returns they were getting on it? Maybe that would encourage the folks of Alabama, the leadership, to maybe get behind it. Maybe if they, say what kind of money they got involved in the game.
Mm-hmm.
But I got a feeling they're not going to do that.
Let's keep going with this report.
Driven by the Trump administration embracing crypto's expansion. So Texas lawmakers approved $10 million for a state-run crypto reserve. The acting comptroller, Kelly Hancock, calls it a major first step to, quote, strengthen the state's balance sheet, saying Texas is building a secure digital reserve and leading the way. Critics, on the other hand, and some economists are warning about Bitcoin's volatility, high energy use, and limited transparency.
This is going to cause the everyday Joe and Jane to wind up paying more taxes disproportionately because their transactions are out in the open and visible.
Advocates say, reserves future-focused move for Texas. The CEO of the Texas Blockchain Council tells us this is about positioning Texas for the future, not just watching the future of finance unfold. And Kelly, other states, you mentioned this sort of right off the top, other states like Arizona, New Hampshire have also approved similar strategic funds, but Texas, the Lone Star State, is the first to actually buy Bitcoin.
Yeah, and why is that, Xavier? Why has this initiative started there?
Yeah, Kelly, that is a great question. Already, crypto, Texas is a crypto powerhouse, recognized not just here in the United States, but around the globe. And Texas is actually home to at least 27 Bitcoin mining facilities, more than anywhere else in the world, according to the Texas Blockchain Council. But that boom, when you start to look at it, it started back in 2021 when China banned crypto mining, and Texas opened the door with Governor Greg Abbott, saying on social media, quote, Texas is open for crypto business. Fast forward to now, Texas has only spent half of the lawmakers approved $5 million on the $10 million plan, which is really just a small slice of the state's $338 billion budget. But it's a huge move. Many certainly will be watching, Kelly.
Yeah, a big bet. We will be. Xavier.
Big bet. Goodness. I don't know why it annoys me so much, but it does.
I want to know why. I understand that, it's probably energy or whatever, why they banned Bitcoin mining, but somewhere they did the math and they realized we're spending more energy than this is worth right now. So we'll just buy it instead of making it. Because if the Chinese could make money off of it doing it, they would have.
Well, also the Chinese have not liked it for a long time because China's underlying philosophy that goes back thousands of years. It's a very Eastern way of looking at money. Money is not a private property commodity. It's not like gold. Money is explicitly a political authority. We in the West have a different tradition.
Yeah.
So this thing they can't create. They could mine it, but they can't create it out of thin air. They can't inflate. Yeah, they don't want it. It's a threat to their power and prerogatives. So it'd be interesting to see. I just say, good on Texas. I wish Alabama had joined the party. And, maybe in this upcoming, shut up, Beyonce. If this upcoming session, I believe there is some study group that's going to present a report in the first few days of the session. Could be all my bitching and complaining. I should just shut up because Alabama will do something this upcoming session in 26. So let's hope. Yeah.
So that medical marijuana thing working out, Joey.
Yeah,
legal,
that's a good
right?
point. Anyway, I got to hit this break. This entire hour brought to you by Alabama Home Mortgage. You know about those folks, right, Eddie?
Yes, I do. Some of my best friends work over there.
Like Madeline?
Like Madeline.
And Kim Williams.
Kim Williams, great. Awesome. But Madeline comes in here.
Yeah.
She brings sunshine whenever she arrives.
Yes, she does. It was great seeing her on Tuesday.
Yeah, it was.
And so y'all check out Alabama Home Mortgage today, whether you're just getting prepared to buy a place, like you want to just be in the right spot to pull the trigger. Well, they can help you out. And especially if you're a first-time home buyer, they can walk you through the entire process. All starts with pre-approval. Do not skip that first step, or you're just going to leave yourself with big headache and heartache. Or if you're looking to refinance, they can help you out, get the best possible deal, get debt off your back, maybe bring down monthly overhead costs, which is an issue, I think, for everybody these days. Or maybe you're looking to reinvest in yourself, your property, your family, whatever your goals, they can help you there. Call them up today at 567-4223. That's 567-4223. Or you can visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. There is a difference in mortgage companies. Let Kim and Madeline prove that to you today. NMLS number 1586368. An equal housing lender.
He may not know whether he's coming or going, but whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings, 6 till 9, and afternoons, 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM, WACV.
Are you tired of the mainstream media's biased reporting? Do you want to stay informed on the news that really matters to you? Look no further than 1819 News. At 1819 News, we bring you the latest in Alabama news, politics, sports, culture, and more. We've assembled a team of journalists with Alabama values dedicated to the truth and the truth alone. Visit us at 1819news.com today. That's 1819news.com. Subscribe to our newsletter. Honest News, Alabama Values.
Need some extra cash? Gold and silver are at an all-time high. Turn your old coins, currency, or gold and silver into money at Trademark Coins and Currency, the only coin shop in the River region with over 40 years of experience. Veteran owned and operated, and proudly serving Montgomery from their location off Vaughn Road. Trademark Coins and Currency is always buying, and free appraisals means there's no pressure, just real value. Make an appointment today. Learn more at trademarkcoinsandcurrency.com. Trademark Coins and Currency. Experience you can count on.
Experience the magic of the holiday season with a cruise down the Alabama River on the Harriet II, the finest entertainment spot in the river region. Take in the stunning skyline and enjoy the sights and sounds with friends and family. Book your holiday cruise today at funinmontgomery.com. Celebrate the new year in style with a New Year's Eve cruise on the Harriet II. Enjoy hors d'oeuvres, live entertainment, a bubbly champagne toast at midnight, along with party favors and, of course, fireworks along the city skyline. Book your New Year's Eve cruise today at funinmontgomery.com.
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368, an equal housing lender.
Live, local talk. The River Region's most trusted voice for news and opinion. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Let's go right to the phones and talk to James Gowdy with Sons Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Montgomery. James, how you doing this afternoon?
I'm good, Joey. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Y'all still got some great deals going on there?
We do, man. Our wrap up the year sales events going on. We still got some great deals going on. Our Ram 1500s, like $16,000 off on new 26 Laramie four-wheel drives, or you can get your 0% financing for up to 60 months. We still have our $14,000 off on our 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee Limited. And then we have our lease special still running on our four-door 2026 Jeep Wrangler with a hardtop for only $389. No payments going on for 90 days.
Wow.
And then going on this month up until Christmas for any new car that is purchased, we have some prizes that we're giving away. We gave away earlier today a 55-inch flat screen TV, yesterday an air fryer, some wireless headphones. I mean, we've got a bunch of different prizes available for you to pick out. So come on out. We're here until 7 tonight. We're off the Eastern Boulevard, or you can shop us online at suncdjr.com.
Well, I appreciate it as always, James. And again, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, man.
And y'all stop by. Again, that's Sun CDJR, Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Montgomery. Great sponsor of the show. We'll be right back. Final hour coming up.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusada, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
With SRN News, I'm Bob Agnew in Washington. The Senate has rejected both a GOP and a Democratic health care plan to address the subsidies in Obamacare that are likely to lead to another government shutdown if they cannot reach a compromise. Lawmakers voting down a GOP plan that would have replaced the Obamacare subsidies with health care savings accounts. They also rejected a Democrat plan to extend those various subsidies for 3 years. President Trump criticizing the Federal Reserve's decision for a quarter-point reduction in its key interest rate. He calls it a rather small number. Mr. Trump arguing that it could have been double that size. Denmark plans to ban teen social media accounts. Under a new agreement, Denmark will block users under the age of 15 from self-registering on any social platforms. Parents could opt in for those children ages 13 and 14 under strict verification rules. This is SRN News.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Ask yourself this question. Is it really worth holding on to that timeshare that you know you need to get rid of? Here's the truth. The average maintenance fee just went up over 17%. That could have been 117%, and there's nothing you can do about it. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check for annual maintenance and assessment fees. I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. For 15 years, I've helped over 50,000 families cancel their timeshare. Not sell it, not transfer it, cancel it. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment and your maintenance fees would never go up? That's a lie. Are you ready to get rid of your timeshare once and for all? Simply call us and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit that explains all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your timeshare exit kit. 800-366-6161. That's 800-366-6161. 800-366-6161.
Rich Thomas Weather is brought to you by McPhillips Schimbaum.
My name is Aaron Luck, a partner with the law firm of McPhillips Schimbaum. If you or someone in your family has been seriously injured by the negligence of someone else, call me directly.
262-1911. Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. This is Rich Thomas. Lots of ups and downs on our temperatures over the next few days. Today will be several degrees cooler than yesterday, with a high temperature only in the lower 50s. Mostly clear, mid-30s tonight. Then a temperature rebound. We'll be in the mid-60s on Friday and Saturday, the two nicest mild days of the next several. Could be some showers in the pre-dawn hours of Sunday morning as the cold front approaches, and then falling temperatures during the day on Sunday, leading to an Arctic shocker Sunday night into Monday morning with lows in the low 20s and wind chill factors in the low teens. The daytime Monday will be a frigid day. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
1819 News.
Well, porch pirates, beware. Anyone thinking of pinching and grinching delivered Christmas packages at a home will be up against a new state law. It is now a felony offense with prison time attached to steal a package or letter from property after it's been delivered by the U.S. Postal Service, UPS, FedEx, or any other delivery company. A conviction to this crime also includes a fine of up to $6,000. So considering that the average package is only worth $143 and surveillance cameras now abound around homes, the risk to this type of Christmas crime should take the wind out of the sails of porch pirates. The bill was offered and passed by State Senator April Weaver earlier this year. I'll be back with more Alabama stories after this.
Some of the greatest blessings is just having the people that care about you, to have someone that's just going to love you and make you feel important. They encourage you to be in church. They encourage you to be in prayer. They encourage you to be in your Bible. Now it's a part of my day every day. My house parents planted seeds in me that you can see where those seeds have sprouted in my life and helped change my life.
Big Oak Ranch, a Christian home for children needing a chance.
Dothan police are searching for a missing child. 11-year-old Kimber Sheffield was last seen on Wednesday morning. The girl is described as white, 5 foot tall with black hair and brown eyes. She was last seen in Dothan near the Dothan Preparatory Academy. U.S. Marshals were involved in a significant drug bust in Hoover this week. Prison contraband was seized, which included chemically altered paper, the drug known as flakka, synthetic marijuana, and regular marijuana. Marcus Harvey is now being held on a $510,000 bond. The Flowers Hospital in Dothan is celebrating its 75th anniversary of serving the people of the Wiregrass region. The 12-bed hospital first opened up its doors in 1950 with Dr. Paul Flowers leading the way. I'm Andrea Tice.
For more news affecting Alabamians, go to 1819news.com. And while you're there, subscribe to the daily newsletter.
Attention Montgomery business owners. Want more customers without guessing how to reach them? Blue Water Broadcasting isn't just radio. We're your full-service digital marketing partner. From smart social media campaigns to targeted display ads to SEO that actually works. We help your business get seen by the right people at the right time. Whether you're a local shop, a growing brand, or an established company, our team can build a custom strategy that drives real results on air and online. Ready to grow? Call Blue Water Broadcasting today or visit bluewaterbroadcasting.com. Blue Water Broadcasting, your audience is waiting.
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is number one in the number two business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
A lot of people talk tough. Very few get tough things done. Attorney General Steve Marshall is a warrior for our state, a fighter for our conservative values.
We have fought the fights that had to be fought for the people of Alabama.
Steve stands shoulder to shoulder with President Trump, ready to fight to take our country back, root out corruption, and prosecute the deep state.
Alabama Attorney General Steve Marshall, you're doing a great job.
Steve puts Alabama first and delivers. As a conservative, Steve stands for freedom, safety, and the rule of law.
I have fought for law enforcement and stood with prosecutors and victims as we've addressed the failures that have caused our state to be less safe.
Steve is the senator our state needs and our president can count on. God, grit, Alabama strong. Steve Marshall, gets it done.
I'm Steve Marshall, candidate for Senate, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Steve Marshall for Senate.
E-Bike Oasis, E-Bike Oasis, E-Bike Oasis, ride for free. E-Bike Oasis, E-Bike Oasis, E-Bike Oasis, ride for free.
At E-Bike Oasis, we're more than just Montgomery's best electric bicycle store. E-Bike Oasis offers free 1-hour electrical bicycle rentals and a full-service electric bike repair shop. Stop by E-Bike Oasis in Montgomery today for free rentals, repairs, and electric bicycle brands in town.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers.
It's time for Montgomery's conversational radio show. It's News and Views on News Talk 93.1 FM. To join the conversation, call 272-9228.
Welcome back. How about a tale of two men? Because they don't make men like they used to. And here's what I'm getting at. First, let's do a little history lesson. You ever heard of Frank Cannonball Richards?
I didn't know that was his name, but I've watched his video.
Yeah, I've seen this guy. And not in
Frank?
person, but I've seen the
black and white of those.
Yeah, Frank Cannonball Richards. So let's watch together. This is a little documentary on Frank. Wow. Okay, that's a legit cannonball hitting him
Frank
right
can
in the
take a
stomach
lick,
at
man.
a close range.
Yeah, very close range.
American strongman Frank Richards took a 104-pound cannonball to the
just in the
stomach
gut.
and walked away unscathed. So how did he forge his ironclad APS?
A
Frank
sledgehammer.
trained by hitting his stomach with an iron ball, starting with 1,000 hits a day, then slowly building up to tens of thousands. Several men took turns swinging heavy hammers at his stomach, and he still stood there unharmed. Frank's name spread across the country. 8 strong men lifted a long wooden beam and swung it with full force, smashing it into his stomach. But Frank only stepped back a little, even giving a small smile. Then he let people jump onto his stomach, hundreds of pounds, landing on one spot felt like nothing more than a light touch. Frank even clapped his hands, asking them to make it harder. Audience members punched his stomach, their fists hitting him like a solid iron post with no movement at all. The ones throwing the punches felt the pain instead. Heavyweight boxing champion Jess Willard did not believe it. He stepped up and hit Frank's stomach with full power, but it still seemed to have no effect. In 1932, looking for a new challenge, Frank decided to take a shot from a cannon to the stomach. 2 men loaded a 47-kilogram iron ball into the cannon. Frank stood only 10 feet from the barrel. The fuse was lit, the cannon fired, and the cannonball hit him straight in the stomach. The force threw Frank backward into a special canvas wall, but he stood up almost right away, showing no signs of injury after the stun. Frank said the act was very dangerous, and he could not perform it more than twice a day. He passed away in 1916 at the age of 81.
81.
I'm not what I used to be. I can only take these cannonball shots to the gut twice
a day.
Yeah. He performed without any reported injuries and lived to the age of 81. He died in 1969.
Rupture spleen.
Good year.
I mean, and think about he just trained his gut. And okay, a reason I bring up Frank Cannonball Richards.
Yeah.
Is because there's another viral video that's been making the rounds.
I know he's on the TikTok here. Okay. Yeah.
And it was 2 American tourists. And so, you're aware of this going to places like Jamaica. Like, you got
2 weeks away.
Have your head on a swivel, though, in certain areas.
100%.
And, something might occur that is awful, like a mugging. Yeah. Like if you're 2 American tourists, especially if you're like a cute white woman.
Yeah, it happens.
Like you look vulnerable to some folks. And, well, this occurred. Here's the New York Post breakdown of the event.
Viral security footage captured on December 6th shows the terrifying moment a woman was forced to fight off a knife-wielding mugger after her much taller male companion chose to step back and hide behind a wall.
Did you see that?
In a move he's now unfortunately paying for with internet infamy. The pair of American tourists were walking down the street on vacation in Colombia when the armed attacker suddenly approached them, lunging at the woman trying to steal her phone, according to Newsflash. A man passing by on a motorcycle is then seen doing what her companion failed to do, jumping into action to help the woman. The passerby hopped off his bike and hit the mugger in the head with his helmet. A few other people passing by also jumped in to help fight the mugger off in a dramatic struggle.
But where's her...
Only once the thief was subdued is her companion seen managing to make his way out from behind the wall to comfort the woman. This now viral clip has sent shockwaves through the internet, with many criticizing the man's decision not to help his female companion.
Do you think Frank Cannonball Richards would have stepped behind a wall?
When I got done whooping the mugger's ass, I'd have whooped his ass.
Yeah, like...
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I saw that one.
Especially
what is wrong
what
with
if you were that girl's father? And yeah, I allowed this guy to take my daughter overseas, assuming there'd be some type of at least protection at a minimum.
I'm not built for this. I'm built to watch Netflix. Good God. This is what I mean by like certain men.
Not to be funny, but you notice the age demographic of that person?
Oh, yes, I did.
Okay.
Oh, no, I know I'm at risk of it. Well, there are also some days I have a death wish, so it's like, yeah, okay.
Oh, there's many days you just lead into it, but
Right,
I
you
can't
know.
let you get beat up. I'll get beat up.
No, but that particular instance, like I am with a woman in a foreign country. Somebody walks up to that woman with a knife, trying to stab her and take her things, and I run away and hide behind a wall.
What if you had just asked her out and she said, I got a boyfriend? Do you help her then when she gets mugged? You go, call your boyfriend now,
No,
sister.
you still help her out.
Okay,
My
okay.
God.
Just
Like,
looking for the line there.
no, but you know what I mean? Like there, it's just so...
The fact that instinct didn't kick in,
yeah,
makes me
his
very
instincts
sad
are
for this
like,
person.
You
Yeah,
think she
I'm
ended
guessing he
it, or
peed a
you
little bit
think
too.
it's complicated, as Erika said in the
Yeah,
first section.
yeah, it might be
Single.
might be
Yeah, single.
might be complicated. Of like, yeah, well, no. I won't
Widows.
say
Yeah.
it.
Oh, I'd like to test his testosterone.
Now, I hope though that woman in that video is more forgiving than this next woman I'm
Oh.
going to play. She didn't look Russian, but this woman I'm playing,
Very Russian.
very Russian. And let's just say,
Nine.
they claim to be Christians in Russia.
Yeah.
But there's a whole other level of what it takes to actually forgive. So no, not that guy. That's the guy playing Vivaldi on the on
What
the
are you watching
accordion.
there, Bubba?
I'm sorry, he was just messing with this accordion.
Yeah, okay.
Like, well, I'll get to that later. No, I meant to click on
Is
this
that
one.
K-pop?
Sure.
No, Joe's watching accordion
Right.
videos.
Yeah, he's playing Vivaldi on his accordion all by himself. No, this is the Russian gal. I hope she's actually Russian, not just putting it on. But there's a whole other level of like
Stereotypical.
forgiveness and like a cold Russian wind.
Yeah.
That's kind of how Russians sort of greet each other. You don't trust your neighbors. I've heard Russians who became
suspicious.
American, like how quickly Americans trust one another, and that is not Russian.
Most other countries not that way.
So let's underline that by playing this quick video.
People say, Anya, you must forgive. It will bring peace. I say no. I will have peace after revenge. This is my forgetting spreadsheet. Everyone who wronged me is on it. Sorted by offense, time, and how sorry they will be later. Row 17, borrowed my pen in the 2nd grade. Never returned.
And that's only on row 17.
Told me to just calm down. Is now divorced. Coincidence? I don't think so.
Yeah. She keeps going.
Forgiveness is earned, like trust or front row seat at the funeral of my enemy. I do not hold grudges. I collect them. Na zdrowie. People say
I think I seen her up in Clanton. She ain't from Russia.
Yeah, I was about to say, like,
I do enjoy her accent, though.
That's pretty awesome, though. Like, now divorced. Coincidence?
Row
I think not.
17.
Okay, now I'll show you my Vivaldi accordion player. Now, this guy,
that
he
was
must also be Russian. I can't even pronounce the last name. Like,
Is there a
maybe
ski in it?
Alexander Rustovich?
Rustovich.
Rustovich.
Sure, ski.
Alexander Rustovich.
Ski.
He's performing Vivaldi's Four Seasons on an accordion.
Got the squeeze box, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Wow.
Just
picking up the ladies.
It worked for Greg Budell. But I don't know if Greg could play like this. No, seriously, it looks hilarious with no sound. Like, what is he doing?
But the talent it takes to do these.
Listen to how, not just like normal accordion music is tough to do. Like polka music is not exactly easy.
Everybody polka.
Listen to this. That's an accordion.
Fingers rolling. You shouldn't look up at the sky like that.
I liked it.
Kind of looks like the kid from Bad Santa.
Yeah, a little bit.
He can really play that squeeze box, man.
Makes you go, damn. Like, there's some talented people in this world.
Honest talent, but yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Make a great little soundtrack to the backside of a British comedy, sort of robbing a bank or something like that.
I was also thinking
John
like
Cleese.
a really well shot, like preparing a meal, like, and presenting a spread like that would work very
You need
well.
to actually almost use that behind the montage of sorts.
Early 80s movie. That sounds like some background music in the 80s movie.
Yeah, but muted. It does.
He shouldn't look at the sky and do that.
Let's just back it up and have it muted and watch it muted for a second here.
Feel dirty.
What you do?
Yeah.
Here. yeah. You shouldn't watch it muted, folks.
I don't
It's
think
like, what are you doing with that squeeze box,
Right.
young man?
I think somebody needs to call the cops.
Anyway. Yeah, the stuff you find online. 272-9228.
The TikTok rabbit holes are amazing to me.
Oh, they're real.
They're just it's crazy.
I found another one.
Yeah.
You know how we are worried about people, and we've done story after story after story because they're fascinating and also just odd, of like people falling in love with their chat GPT.
Oh, yes.
Or like their companions they have on Grok, or it's like the animated man and woman, and like
I seen one the other day.
God love them.
they're
God
just
bless them.
people looking for companionship, you know what I mean, with like these virtual bots. Well, it's not that new to use whatever technology you have. Let's go all the way back to 1986. It's called Rent-A-Friend VHS.
That's a great year, by the way.
Released for lonely people with VCRs. The 42-minute direct-to-video program featured a friendly man named Sam, played by Ben Hollis, who looked directly into the camera, asked the viewer questions, left space for answers, and offered compliments to create the illusion of companionship. It was sold through mail order ads in the back of magazines
You bet
and
it was.
some video stores, priced around $19.95. Would you like a sample of this 42-minute video of Sam talking to you?
It makes me think of that movie, Charles Gruden, I think, with the lonely guy.
Yeah, man.
Steve Martin and Charles Gruden, the lonely guy.
Well, let's see
Sad.
if this would solve some loneliness.
I'm Sam, and basically I'm here because I want to be your friend. What's your name?
Joey.
Creep Master.
Yeah.
Teddy Ruxpin.
Tell me a little bit about you now.
I'm
Like,
doing
where
a
are you
talk.
from?
I'm doing a talk radio show in Montgomery, Alabama.
That's a nice part of the country. Any pets?
Huh? I'm sorry.
I'm a cat person myself. Yeah.
Yeah, that didn't.
Tell me about your parents.
Didn't
I
help.
bet they're really neat.
Is he holding a
Was
stuffed animal?
your mother overprotective by any chance?
Are you gay?
Did you see he's holding the stuffed animal?
Yeah.
In the,
This
what?
guy has a deconstructed body in his freezer somewhere.
Yeah, somebody needs to go check his hard drive immediately.
I don't know. Is there guilt in your family at all by any chance?
That's a fat baby fart.
What is that?
I tell you, friendship is filled with surprises, and you just You just blew me away with that one.
Joey, what did you tell him?
I don't know. I don't know if I told him anything.
Because you blew him away. Whatever it was.
Maybe he's reacted to that Vivaldi squeeze box. I don't know.
You blew him away.
That would not cure my loneliness. That would
make me feel better about being lonely.
Do you see the video of Gwen?
Is that the chick?
There's a lady we need to introduce this guy to that for the time it would have been a match made in heaven. Apparently the VHS video dating was all the rage back then.
Oh, that stuff. Those are amazing. Yeah.
I've been going down that rabbit hole.
I did see the Gwen one. I played it last week.
Yeah. I do remember they had the like the dating centers you could go to make the video and that kind of thing. Yeah. Yeah. Big hair back then too. A lot of big hair.
Yeah. Gwen was the one who's like, and I don't want some guy who immediately things get weird. He has a lot of money, so he finds the better lawyer.
Yeah. I do remember Gwen.
Yeah. And I have no regrets ever about the beautiful children I brought into this world. Yeah. And I'm like, and I can type 110 words a minute.
That's her.
I can actually do more, but I hold some back just for me.
Yeah.
What do I call a good time? 2 Virginia Slim cigarettes.
Like, I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't want to date Gwen, but if Gwen was hanging out in old Cougardale, definitely strike up a conversation with Gwen. There might be some Gwens over there.
Avoid it, man.
Yeah,
she'd hunt you down.
It would be a bit of a stalker situation, I believe.
Yeah, but this guy gives me the creeps, dude.
Well, he should. He should, Joey.
Like, oh my God.
Welcome to normalcy.
You just blew me away with that.
What would his services cost today if it was $20 back then?
75, but it'd be interactive and it'd be a monthly subscription.
Yeah, no, it'd still be $20 a month.
Yeah, that's what $20 a month. There you go.
It'd be $20 a month.
Yeah, or $19.99.
I mean, think about how much these AI apps cost. About that. And a lot of people are getting their companionship that way.
But it's got to be tilted to one sex more than the other. It's got to be more men. I would think
not necessarily
AI.
Not necessarily. No, there's a lot of stories of women, like one woman who married her AI. Yeah, it's a lot just lonely people.
Some dudes have. I've seen them marry the dolls. So
it's just lonely people in general. And
the internet has not fixed that. I thought that was the internet was going to fix.
No, it was going to make us so super educated because you'd be able to get any amount of information on education you wanted at the tip of your fingers all the time.
Yet I watch the TikTok on the regular.
Yeah, how about this for a segue? Sometimes you're not lonely, or you shouldn't be. Like appearances, like it's the Instagram page. Like you got the wife, the kids. And in fact, you don't just have your own kids. You are a leader of young men. You're shaping young men. In fact, you're the head football coach of Michigan.
I saw that.
And it seems like you got it all. And yet, turns out you were lonely. And you wanted companionship.
And you wanted to pay for it.
And Sam wasn't going to cut it. Nor was ChatGPT.
Look at how he got busted. That is so messed up. But it was not a Michigan State fan or a Michigan fan that turned him in. It was probably a Michigan State fan.
So I'm looking at, what is it? Mason Brew is the name of this site. It's a Michigan Wolverines community. Yeah, Maze, letter N, Brew.
Okay.
And they write, everything we know so far on the, Sherrone Moore situation. It's quite a tumultuous Wednesday night for those in the local sports media as the University of Michigan announced it had fired head football coach Sherrone Moore. A lot more has happened since then. And there has been a lot of fake news being spread on social media.
Fake news!
In case you're just getting up to speed on everything or are hoping to find all the facts, here is what we know as of Thursday morning. Moore was fired for cause as the now ex-coach in Ann Arbor, quote, engaged in an inappropriate relationship with a staff member, end quote.
Who knew that was in the contract?
This is according to a statement by the athletic director there. According to John U. Bacon, the person that submitted evidence is a university employee. John U. Bacon. It's a good name.
Okay.
You don't like that name? I wonder what the U
sounds incredibly.
I wonder what the U stands for. Ulysses. He should start spelling out that initial. John Ulysses Bacon. That's a good name.
Get everybody's attention. That's for sure.
That person, John Bacon, quote, presented irrefutable documentation about Moore's conduct to University of Michigan leaders Wednesday morning. The president and regents had seen enough, and Manuel fired him this afternoon. Additionally, a report from The Athletic details that the investigation, quote, initially did not produce evidence of the relationship and that the evidence needed to fire more came to light in the last 24 hours. Oh. According to a team source, most of Michigan's staff learned of the coach's firing when the athletic director informed the team during a meeting. The Athletics report reads, quote, Moore was in the building Wednesday, but was not at that team meeting, according to the source. Of course, Moore ended his tenure with a 17-8 overall record and a 3-1 record against Michigan State and Ohio State. Biff Poggi.
Biff.
Biffpoggi.
Biff has always been the 80s anti-hero guy in the movie. So
Biff Poggi has been named the interim head coach for the time while the Wolverines work to find their next head coach.
DeBoer.
Yeah.
Really? You think so?
It was reported last night.
Yep.
Last night it was reported.
Not officially reported, but people behind the scenes.
I'm not, because I'm so in the other crap now. Like, I am not watching sports media. I'll watch PTI with my grandfather because he likes it.
Mm-hmm.
And Wilbon and Cornhuskers still got it, I have to admit. Good, fun little show. But I'm like not up to date. But this was my tell that DeBoer probably wasn't long living here in Alabama coaching the Tide. Did you just see how he carried himself in the Ford commercials? How he delivered the lines in the Ford F-150 commercials?
What, Joey?
It's like, he ain't from here, and he ain't even like adapting well or assimilating.
He's not assimilating. No.
No, and he looks so awkward. It's like, nerd alert, you ain't coaching the Tide with that sort of nonsense.
I love that they held those commercials until he won a certain game, and then they released him. Like, they were like,
you gotta love him now. You gotta love him.
We want to kind of hold back and reserve a little bit.
I saw it at the SEC championship game, and during against Georgia, I'm seeing that commercial. I'm like, he ain't staying. Just from his performance in that commercial.
I think even 18-19 had something on it this morning.
Okay. So it's already reported he's looking at that gig. Because he was also being reported looking at the Penn State job, right?
Yeah, supposedly. But
and his delay on putting that to bed, I think, was about 4 or 5 days. And the fact that he hasn't kind of put this to bed with the playoff game this week, like, just put a tweet out being like, hearts in Bama, butts in Bama.
Might as well do it. Every other SEC coach does it. I ain't going nowhere.
Anyway, let's get into the details here, because like just having it all in one place instead of this or that post or tweet or whatever. The detainment and subsequent arrest. Around 7:30 p.m. on Wednesday, it was reported by ESPN's Dan Wetzel that Moore was taken into police detainment by the Saline Police Department. He was eventually turned over to the Pittsfield Township Police Department, quote, for investigation into potential charges, and was later booked at the Washtenaw County Jail. Moving around. According to a press release, the Pittsfield Township Police Department was dispatched to the 3000 block of Ann Arbor, Saline Road at 4:10 p.m., about a half hour before Michigan announced its firing, for reports of an alleged assault. Without naming Moore, the press release details that he was taken into custody and the review of charges is pending from the county prosecutor. No further details are immediately available. A quick couple final things. I just want to take a quick second to recognize Moore's wife and children, as well as the players on the team, as they must all be devastated right now. And some of the players, they got to be laughing about this.
A few of them,
I cannot imagine what they are all going through right now. There's a ton of people affected by this. Also, there has been a fake mugshot of Moore also floating around social media. A key word in that sentence, fake. That is some AI slop or something somebody made on Photoshop, so don't fall for it. Bottom line, you can rely on Maize and Brew and other trustworthy media.
Hey, good plug, though. Good for them. Good plug. Good plug. That's doing it right.
So the thing you heard, I don't know if it's true or not.
I saw it on Barstool. So
you saw it on Barstool.
That's why, and he's a huge.
Let's say it then. It's fun.
Well, I don't know if it's true, so nobody sue me. But supposedly, a DoorDash driver delivered a Plan B to his girlfriend's house. He answered the door, got the Plan B, took care of that, gave it to the lady. And that DoorDash driver is the one supposedly who ratted everybody out and took a photo just to make sure no one called BS.
Got to watch out for these white.
I would have pulled a Shaggy. It wasn't me on that. Like,
first off,
a DoorDash driver? No,
wasn't me.
No, that's just stupid. That's just stupid. But supposedly, I don't know this part, but whoever he assaulted was supposedly went back to that girlfriend's house.
Well, and the rumor mill says the person involved is Paige Shiver. Now, that's unfortunate if it is not that woman.
Oh, that's so...
Because that stuff's definitely happened in these sorts of cases where it's like, we found the whore. And it's like, calm down, bump your brakes.
It's all over there.
And don't use that word.
Yeah,
the victim.
Use mistress.
Mm-hmm. But, man, again, it's bad enough to lose your job, but lose your job and get arrested all the same day. Honestly, look at his wife. There's not but a few years difference.
So this is like a carbon copy of his wife. Pretty blonde.
It looks like to me a younger version of his wife.
I think he could have probably done better at Michigan, to be honest.
Oh, no
with you.
doubt.
Yeah.
He probably has.
Man, and it happens to so many of these coaches. Like I saw like it had been forever. Remember the Daniel Tosh, Lane Kiffin thing?
Oh,
it's just incredible.
Sorry, I love that. Oh.
It's incredible. But it's like, but what? Hugh Freeze? Like, how many other people can we just name off the top of our heads that have been?
Urban Meyer.
Urban Meyer.
Who was the guy that was on his bike? Older guy.
That was Hugh.
That was Hugh Freeze.
Yeah.
No, there was an older guy.
Petrino?
Petrino.
Yeah.
But it's
Petrino.
Mhm.
Yeah, that one honestly was one of my faves. They show a picture of him. He just got in a motorcycle wreck. And ain't much you can say. Who was in the wreck with you? This hot chick that's on the back of the bike here. I don't even know. I was just giving her a ride.
Paid no attention to that young lady walking up
Right.
the dirt road.
Hobbling down the road.
And this stuff goes hand in hand with power. I've said it before, and it's not just political power. Like, you're literally the big man on campus in some of these places, and like the amount of attention. I'll tell you, like,
okay,
I've got like Catholic priests and folks in the family. Like, women will try to approach them.
Okay,
like
but
there's all sorts of stuff.
I
Like
think
that.
here's and I could be wrong. You guys correct. A very distinction between that. I don't want to get in trouble, but there's no older woman, say, let's go 70 plus, with any kind of power that could ever seduce me. But I know a lot of men, 70 plus, that can seduce a lot of younger women, and we just accept it like it's normal.
Sure, no, and also the game has changed on the women. Like, seriously, like you see some photos and you're like, oh my God, she's 70?
Agreed, but Joey, once two bodies are standing there, and there's 50 years between them.
Money doesn't turn you on?
He doesn't do it, man. He doesn't do it. Yeah.
What about just great conversation?
I love great conversation. I have that all the time, but that's no.
Well, no, and I'm not blaming the women. Like, it's the women getting these men. The men are obviously all for it. Like, they're the ones who jump
younger
in.
women that constantly. I mean, that's what these football coaches. There wasn't no bags they got caught with.
No, and then Harson.
There you
Harson.
go. There you go.
But I like the guy who was Auburn's football coach.
Yeah.
And the report and I just being a jackass on the radio thought I bet his wife knows and it's like
cool
giving her blessing.
I wonder how much. I got a feeling there's a lot of that.
Yes, definitely a lot of that. Like, I'm tired of you.
Well, that and I'll still take the money and I don't have to look at you as much. Yeah, go.
Right, go away.
Yep.
You're never here anyway. You're always watching film. Like,
they're missing out on that opportunity to be that true power couple, like the coach at UNC.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's just like, man, you got the world. Like, what a great gig. What should be a great life.
Men are pigs, Joey.
And you fall into this trap.
Men are pigs.
Well, humans are stupid.
Even King David did it, right?
Just tell you, men are pigs, man. Men are pigs. But it's just ironic. You don't usually see you do see some of the older women, younger men, but usually that's kind of a setup. We know what that one is.
What is that one?
Well, they're looking for a house and they're never going to have enough credit to buy one, so they shack up with an older woman hoping to inherit it.
Or I was just looking for an older beard.
But I don't see that. And but women are not held accountable for that. Men are always the pigs, but women, hold on now, ladies. There's a lot of you.
No, I've been making this prediction for years. The more women get power in the society, they'll just act like the men they replaced. Like, seriously, it's not. There are definitely differences between men and women.
Yeah,
but power has its effects nonetheless.
But I've never met or even can think of a powerful enough older woman to tempt me that way. It's just not the.
Well,
you guys got somebody? Mrs. Howell or something?
What if Margaret Thatcher came on to you?
I gotta say no, man. I'd like to hang out and chat it up, but no.
Yeah, but that's how it starts.
A 50-year-old Marsha Blackburn, she could have probably pulled a Mrs. Robinson on.
Dude,
me.
I'm 56, so that's easy. I'm just now. When I was younger, yes, but there's a cap to that. I don't know what the cap is. I'll say 70.
There's got to be like the rule is like half plus 7. There's got to be some inverse of that on going up the ladder.
I Dream of Jeannie, hot forever.
Yeah,
but you'd have to call it at some point, man.
Though, but it's become a meme where people are like, the older I get, I realize there were more options on Gilligan's Island. Or the older I get, I'm realizing Kevin McAllister's Mom at Home Alone. Yeah, right.
Yeah,
that's true. That's true.
Yeah. Also, you notice that Kevin's dad must have made a ton of money because that was
that's a nice house.
Wait until you start watching Grumpy Old Men and start making the same comments.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Raquel Welch. If there was ever a temptress, that would have been her. But still,
yeah,
I think when it comes down to it,
for somebody who's having a lot of trouble, you seem to be just listing them.
No, I'm trying
to keep going.
I'm trying to find one.
Plumb the depths of Eddie.
I'm just trying to find one. I can't think of an older woman. I'm probably just insulting the world right now, but and what older woman would want me? I mean, come on.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Anyway, my response to that, Eddie.
Yeah.
Is there guilt in your family at all by any chance? I tell you, friendship is filled with surprises, and you just blew me away with that one.
What's this guy doing now? Let's find out.
Oh, he better be in jail.
Let's find out what
He
he's
better
doing.
be or on the run.
I want to know.
And I need to find and clip it. A Trump drop yesterday. He goes, "Our nation's hot, and you're hot."
Oh, I love that.
Our nation's hot, and you're hot.
I love that.
Like, good stuff. Anyway, this part of the program brought to you by Bo Goodson of the Goodson Group, and they're at the Goodson Group. Bo and his team are ready to help you out, whether you're looking to buy or sell a home or property here in the River Region real estate market. Bo's been working in this market for about half a century now, and he's got the experience to really help guide you through that process. And of course, if you're looking to rent out your home, turn that current property you have into a rental investment, they can do management services for you for a very reasonable fee. Great way, especially if you have no experience managing rental property. So if you want to learn more, you can always go to thegoodsongroup.com. That's thegoodsongroup.com, or give them a call at 551-0225. That's 551-0225. Bo Goodson and the Goodson Group, great sponsor here of the program.
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
Hi, this is Bo Goodson from the Goodson Group with your Real Estate Minute. Are you getting ready to put your home up for sale? Remember the 6 Ps. Prepare your home by deep cleaning, painting where needed, yard work, decluttering the inside. Present your home to the market through the experienced realtor who knows how to market the home and get it sold. Price the home at fair market value of what the home should bring in today's market. Your realtor can guide you in pricing the home to sell, not sit. Pay for part of the closing cost and provide a 1-year warranty. Buyers today don't have the down payment and all the cost of buying a home without some help. Prepare to look at offers from the marketplace and accept the best offer for your needs. And 6, place your trust in experienced professionals, including your realtor, closing attorney, and mortgage company. For all the details, call Bo Goodson at the Goodson Group, 221-2883. And remember, we are now hiring agents, both new and experienced. Call me today for an interview. Bo Goodson, 221-2883.
Need extra cash? Take 90 days to start paying it back. ASE Credit Union is here to help on your schedule. Whether you're tackling unexpected expenses, consolidating debt, or planning a big purchase, for a limited time, get an unsecured signature loan with no payments for 90 days. Use the funds however you need. Holiday shopping, vacations, medical expenses, or just peace of mind.
ASD Credit Union. Your life, your goals, your ASD.
Terms and conditions apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
Since 1966, the Alabama Sheriff's Youth Ranches has been more than just a place to stay. It's been a place to belong. For children facing hardships through no fault of their own, our ranches provide more than shelter. With open arms, we welcome these young hearts, giving them the love, structure, and guidance they need to heal, grow, and thrive in a warm Christian environment. With the end of the year approaching, many will decide whether to help those who are less fortunate. When you give to the Alabama Sheriff's Youth Ranches, you give Alabama's children the chance they deserve. Every donation stays within Alabama, directly impacting the lives of the children who need it the most. Join us in making a difference. We'd be honored to have you as a part of our mission to lift Alabama's youth. And we're also looking for compassionate couples to join our mission as house parents. We provide housing, medical benefits, a 401k, paid vacation, and the chance to make a lasting difference. Visit AlabamaSheriffsYouthRanches.org. The Alabama Sheriff Youth Ranches reminds you it's easier to build boys and girls than to repair men and women.
For too long, Alabama's statewide news companies have shamed us for our conservative Christian values. Alabama deserves a news company that cherishes our culture, a company that isn't bought and paid for by the powers that be. 1819 News is that company. Run by Alabamians for Alabamians, 1819 News celebrates what is good and beautiful about our state while exposing those who work against our values in secret. Just go to 1819news.com to learn more. Subscribe to our newsletter. That's 1819news.com.
What if this was someone in your family that had a chronic illness that they could not get away from?
Millions of Americans live with a disease that has no cure.
I was diagnosed with a rare form of sarcoma. The most immediate findings indicated that I should lose my leg, but it ended up taking 4 clinical trials in 25 years to get me to this point.
Cures are within reach if we invest in funding for life-saving medical research that's needed to find them.
Even if they're unsuccessful in my treatment, that they will have learned from my treatment that will be able to allow others to stand on my shoulders to be able to be helped.
Join the fight for cures. Tell your elected representatives to support American medical research. Visit unitedforcures.org/action to send a letter today. Paid for by United for Cures Action.
This hour of News and Views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is number 1 in the number 2 business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
The Rich Thomas Weather Network is brought to you by Earnest Financial.
If you're tired of losing your money in the stock market, call David Earnest, 334-279-7431. Earnest Financial, LLC.
Rich Thomas weather.
Well, hi, everybody. Big temperature swings over the next few days. Arctic air is approaching, but not right away. Tonight, clear and cold, overnight low in the mid-30s. Tomorrow and Saturday will be very mild in the mid-60s. A good bit of sunshine. There could be some pre-dawn showers on Sunday morning as a cold front approaches. Sunday will be a windy day with falling temperatures as Arctic air engulfs the state. Sunday night and Monday morning will be brutal. Lows in the lower 20s, wind chill factor lower teens. Monday's high barely in the low 40s. Get ready for an Arctic shocker. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Budget Floors and More has the best prices. Carpet as low as 69 cents per square foot. LVP starting at $1.29 a square foot. Sheet vinyl as low as 65 cents per square foot. And the lowest prices on flooring installation supplies. Budget Floors and More across from Delray Publix.
The River Region's News Talk Station. News Talk 93.1. WACV. News Talk 93.1.
Welcome back. We're looking up at the TV. Charlie Kirk suspect hearing in closed session. Public proceedings to resume soon. We're seeing footage from a little while ago. And you were saying, Byron, it looks like they kicked out his family.
Oh, I was reading on X.
On X.
Somebody reported that the judge kicked the family out.
So that is just beginning. It should be
interesting.
Quite a saga for sure. We were just talking off air, Byron and I were at least, about Stephen Miller and how, we got that Alabama connection with the guy. He used to work for Sessions for so long.
I like the dude.
Well, he was on the Will Kane show, and a lot of folks saying he dropped a truth nuke or something to that effect. Well, let's listen in, because it is very entertaining when Stephen gets going on one of his, and he does this thing with his head where he kind of, it's like cocks his head a little bit, like. Let's listen in.
Not only is the first generation unsuccessful, again, Somalia is a clear example here.
not only is the first generation unsuccessful, but you see persistent issues in every subsequent generation. So you see consistent high rates of welfare use, consistent high rates of criminal activity, consistent failures to assimilate. But this shouldn't be a surprise, Will. It's just common sense. If Somalians cannot make Somalia successful, why would we think that the track record would be any different in the United States? Go third world country by third world country. No one's saying, look, there are people all over the world that are great people.
Yes.
But you look at the society. If Libya keeps failing, if the Central African Republic keeps failing, if Somalia keeps failing, right? If these societies all over the world continue to fail, you have to ask yourself, if you bring those societies into our country and then give them unlimited free welfare, what do we think is going to happen? You're going to replicate the conditions that they left over and over and over again. And we mask the impact of immigration in every public policy issue we discuss. We talk about test scores. Well, if you subtract immigration out of test scores, all of a sudden our test scores skyrocket. If you subtract immigration out of healthcare, all of a sudden we don't have nearly the size of the healthcare challenges our country faces. If you subtract immigration out of public safety, all of a sudden we don't have violent crime in so many of our cities. Issue after issue, we talk about these things as they just happen to us. The schools just suddenly fail. Violent crime just suddenly explodes. The deficit just suddenly skyrockets. These are a result of social policy choices that we made through immigration.
Well, damn. Laying it down there.
He ain't wrong.
And I like the subtle little proviso. He said, look, there are good people all over the world. And I think what he means is, and he is right, I'm sure there are individual people, even in Somalia and all these places you name, that could come to America and by themselves and do great. Like there are people like that all over the world. So that is true. What he's getting at is when you import not just one person, but like families on top of families on top of families in this entire cultural network and society here, and they don't assimilate. Yeah, that's where you get the problem. Makes a lot of sense to me.
I was talking to a buddy of mine at the bar last night about this. We were going over what was happening in Europe with Islam and everything. And this guy's Democrat on the left. I was like, I don't understand why your side doesn't see that women are being victimized here, raped, beaten, just from a lack of cultural assimilation and everything that women are in their societies. Like, how can you or your side turn a blind eye to this? No response.
Well, because they don't like getting into they think any sort of conversation like this, you end up, you're Hitler. Like maybe you're not initially when you start asking those questions and thinking, but as soon as you start admitting like certain groups, cultures actually are behaving in a certain way, and there's a reason, not just they were oppressed or they were colonized, or like it's not just external factors. It's like something going on in that culture that is leading to these outcomes. You start having that conversation. Well, I mean, you're just a couple steps away from like scapegoating those people and hurting those people. And
never mind the facts in front of our faces, like not even further on down the road, but just right here, right now.
Yeah.
These are the facts. These are how many women are being, horribly mistreated in public, victimized, raped, murdered, whatever. I mean, I'm sure you've seen many articles as I have. I mean, Europe's at the tipping point, man. I mean, this is, if they don't save it here this election cycle, there's going to be a lot of places that don't recover.
It's going to be interesting to watch nonetheless. We'll see the outcome. Hey, this part of the program again brought to you by Josh and Leslie Ryder there at Dillon Rings. Just quick note, they will close tomorrow at 2 p.m. and they'll be closed Saturday for their daughter's wedding. So that's going to be a great event there for everybody involved. But you buy there today. Get by there tomorrow morning. Get your Christmas shopping done. Again, 15 to 70% off on all sorts of items across the store there at Dillon Rings, from high-end items to stuff that are more stocking stuffers or won't break the bank for you. If you're looking for a beautiful piece of jewelry, they've got it there. Maybe they don't have the exact thing you want and you want a custom designed by Josh piece. The guy is second to none when it comes to just how much of an artist he is. As he was showcasing on Facebook, somebody brought in an old antique watch. Beautiful. Just wasn't working, wasn't ticking, didn't have any use for the band because the watch ain't working, was able to convert that in these beautiful, beautiful antique earrings. And so you can get creative with it. Maybe go in together with the significant other and do a joint project sort of thing leading up to Christmas. You can get pretty creative over there at Dillon Rings. Just stop by today at 119 Brown Springs Road here in Montgomery, just off of Atlanta Highway. And be sure to tell them that Joey, that fella on the radio, sent you. Everything all right, Eddie?
Yeah, I had to give away some prizes.
Give away some prizes.
Yeah. Fresh not here, but I took care of it. I handled it. I
Nicely
think I did
done.
it right too this time.
Oh, wow.
I think I really
With
did it
people
right this
signing
time.
the sheet and everything?
Yeah, I had them sign and everything.
Right.
Yeah.
And you put
I
it in
looked them up and
you put it in the spot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
good.
very, now I will say that Pamela was there and she helped me out a little bit, but I think I could have handled it. I really think. But I saw an article a while ago about the vessel, the oil vessel.
Mm-hmm.
Donald Trump says that vessel is coming to the U.S. ports.
Oh, sure. Oh, we're taking oil.
We're taking that oil.
Well, I think we're not.
What are we going to do with the boat, though?
We'll figure something out. That one, though, it's probably old. It might get scrapped.
Let's send it back to India.
Or retrofitted.
You ever seen that on the YouTube stuff where they'll send the old cruise ships and stuff to India? They literally like ram the beach and they start tearing the cruise ship down.
Oh, wow.
It's
Interesting.
amazing. And most of the guys don't have shoes on.
Really?
Yeah. It's an amazing, amazing thing.
Anyway, we'll be right back.
He may not know whether he's coming or going, but whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings 6 till 9 and afternoons 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
This season, Guardian Credit Union is here to make your holidays merry, bright, and financially right. Whether you're shopping for the perfect gift or planning a cozy getaway, we've got you covered. With holiday loans, checking solutions, and fraud protection tools, you can spend with confidence. And Guardian's mobile app makes it easy to keep track of your holiday budget. Stop by one of our branches and let us be your holiday helper. From all of us at Guardian, happy holidays. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Opportunity.
At AMS Studios, give the gift of self-care this season and get a little extra. When you purchase a gift certificate for $100 or more, receive a stocking stuffed with $60 worth of free spa gifts, or select a gift certificate for our $105 luxury facial, and you'll receive an additional $120 worth of medical-grade skin treatments added to it, absolutely free. Find us on Facebook or stop by in downtown Prattville at AMS Studios.
I'm Lindsay Bonner from Action 8 Lace Up Sports. We're your home for the college football playoffs as the Alabama Crimson Tide prepares to take on Oklahoma. On Friday, December 19th, don't miss our Action 8 Lace Up Sports special, The Road to the Playoffs. Sports analyst John Longshore and I will have everything you need to know to get ready for the game. Watch Action 8, ABC 32, the CW Montgomery, or MeTV at 6:30 Friday night, December 19th. Then stick around for the game at 7 on ABC 32. It's complete coverage from Action 8.
Hi, this is Carl Schmidt, naturopath and owner of the Herb Shop. Listen every Saturday to Winning Wellness and learn from experts in different fields of science and technology how nutritional supplements can help you.
Listen to Winning Wellness every Saturday at 10 a.m.
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is number one in the number two business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
Live local talk. The River Region's only 24-hour News Talk FM station. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. We're just coughing right into the microphone.
I'm sorry, you hit me with the tickling.
Yeah, I'll get you over there. Let's go to line one and talk to Ray Bowles. Hey, Ray, how you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm all right.
I was listening to the commercials and it caught my ear. Channel 8. I need to change my advertising jingle to full coverage, wall to wall, guaranteed. You know, they said we have you completely covered on Channel 8. We don't do the same at Prowell Carpet. We'll cover you all the way. From wall to wall, we'll cover you. In carpet, LVP, sheet vinyl, tile, wood, whatever you need, we'll do it.
Back in the 70s, Ray, did you guys
285-817.
do a lot of shag carpeting back in the 70s?
Back in the 70s, I was.
I figured your daddy had you in there laying rug.
No. Actually, he owned a Surpro years ago.
Oh.
And so when we were like 13, he had sold that business. Unbelievable. Just looking at what they charge today.
Yeah, right.
He had, I can remember at 13 years old getting a phone call, drop our forks, run out the door, and be back home at 10 o'clock at night, soaking wet from pulling carpet.
Yeah.
And pad. And back then you had one big machine that suck out the water and 2 fans. Today they will have so many fans blowing in there. I don't know how all the circuits don't blow. You can't run a tape measure in there with those fans because it just blows your tape every which way.
Well, I got a memory for you, Ray. Exactly 1 year ago, you guys saved my client's rear end. They had a hot water heater blow up in their attic, freeze and pop. And Ray set up the whole. I didn't have to do anything. I called Ray. Mm-hmm. Ray took care of everything, not just the carpet. He found him a painter. He found him a contractor. He did everything for him. So I really do appreciate it.
We have some good painters. We've got good. What do you call it? The sheetrockers.
Yeah.
Here's the golden ticket. I'm not a contractor. I don't have a contractor's license.
Mm-hmm.
So what we normally do in that situation is just get the client and say, hey, I know everybody.
Yep.
I know the painters. We're around to everybody all the time. If it's small enough and you can't get a contractor in because it's not big enough for a contractor, call us at 285-8117. We can definitely help you with that.
Again, that's 285-8117. And be sure to tell them that you heard Ray Bowles on the radio with Joey and Eddie.
Guys, y'all have a great day.
You too, Ray. Take it easy, buddy.
Learn anything today? Did you write down some stuff?
I did. All right, we got a call. We want regime change, but we're not going to say we want regime change.
Right.
But we want regime change.
Yeah. In Venezuela.
Yeah, Venezuela.
Right.
What's the other stuff I scratched through?
I don't know.
The vessel to go to the U.S. port, and I put big exclamation points.
Taking the oil. Yeah. And then we learned that it is possible to play Vivaldi's Four Seasons on a squeeze box, on an accordion.
He's got to be the only guy that can do that, by the way.
I'd imagine so. I'd imagine there are very few that can finger a squeeze box that way.
The Billy Strings of accordions that guy is.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we learned that, friendship for the lonely, virtually, they had it all the way back in the 80s.
Yeah, but also reminds me, Joey, there is a financial future in that loneliness somehow. We just got to tap into it.
Well, and we learned that it can seem like you got life made and just your loneliness and, your wang leads you astray. With the coach.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Why did you get all tight?
You were directing your vocals at me. Anyway, no. Yeah, with the coach and all. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's become a theme here on the show. Keep it in your pants.
But nobody's listening. I don't understand it. Even the ladies.
No, I'm referencing a great song. I won't say it. But even if the fine waitress invites you up to take a bubble bath, keep your pants on. Then the fighting will stop. Sooner better than later.
Sooner better than later, my friend.
Mm-hmm. Then we also learned that I'm really in the Christmas mood, but not as much as Eddie here.
I don't get it.
I don't
Gotta
think
make
anybody.
me feel I'm overdressed.
No one's.
By the way, everyone that's seen me today complimented me on this.
Yeah, I'm sure
what are
they
they
did.
supposed to say to you?
Where's your helmet?
Yep. Notice he doesn't. Notice he's got pants that don't need to work a zipper. Yeah,
this is true.
It's difficulty with
these are eating britches. They got
eating britches.
That's where all them Christmas cookies went last year. Right?
Anyway, let's get out of here. Happy hour next.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center. This is WACV Cusana News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's